Legends on Paper. Here we are again, session 11, Greyhawk 5e. As we set forward with another interesting gathering of our fellowship here. Over the past session or two, we spent a lot of time in divers, and so last session, our party managed to find their way out of divers, but it took a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, and they were very concerned about what they might find along the way. And just to back it up, after they escaped Bronwyn's tower with the puppets, they eventually returned to Jabal, found that Zeb had been recovered from the tower by the divers Marines, who'd gone in and pretty much cleaned out the place afterwards. So they were pleased that Jabal was pleased that through their efforts, his son was returned to him. Although the party had lost a couple of friends. And so they were eager to get underway with the Undead Hound off to Lord Henway's menagerie in Greyhawk. Jabal was pleased with all their efforts and made sure that they were compensated properly as promised with their reward for managing to get Zeb back to the fold and pretty much solve the source of the crimes that was going on in Old Town. But they had also had a struggle with the Alliance Thieves Guild that they were very concerned about. And they weren't quite sure where the magistrate was on the post in terms of their recent return. And with Borax, pretty much storming off during the midst of the whole situation with the tower, notably going to the magistrate to complain about the party's actions. They were a little bit concerned that might be a threat as well, among other things. So divers were not turning out to be a very friendly city as far as they're concerned, and they were eager to leave. Fortunately, Jabal was very, very kind and considerate in sending his folk off to kind of clear the way on the western road to Greyhawk, as was anticipated that the Alliance would probably ambush them at some point. And they picked up some friends. They picked up Flanaess, and they picked up Dal, who Jabal had assigned to them, basically freeing them from the obligations that they had to the Spice Guild and Jabal. They were friends of Zeb, and getting out into the world on their own, finally, with their own experiences and adventures. And as expected, on the way to Greyhawk on the Western Road, they came upon the site of the would-be ambush. Fortunately, Jabal's spies had managed to uncover the ambush, and the party arrived pretty much in the midst of the battle that was taking place. Renee, Tubbs, and Wob of the Spice Guild were surviving against a number of the Alliance Thieves Guild rogues, whereas friends of the Spice Guild, Bash and Torque, had already died. But as the party entered the fray, they managed to turn the tide and save all three, Renee, Tubbs, and Wob, from perishing, even though they had gone down, and managed to finish off the Alliance group that was there to kill them. Also, there was a family hiding behind a cart with a bunch of overturned fruit. It wasn't clear what they were doing in the middle of this, how they were involved, if at all. But the woman kept screaming, "Let's play D&D!"
fun.
So tonight we start back where we started. Last session, or ended last session, at the ambush site. I'll put that on the map, bring that up. In case the party wanted any closure there with that particular situation before we forward ahead back to the
Closure.
gates of Greyhawk.
Being loot.
So yeah, so you have this family. They're still, at this point, the battle's over.
Awesome. The family now.
And you guys had not, you kind of rushed past the looting part and all of that, dealing with the family, dealing with Renee and Tubbs and Wob, whom you'd brought back from the brink of death, at least two of them, I think. Bash and Torque could not be saved. They were well past that. But as you gather together after taking care of the Alliance, what do you want to do?
Twig is going to go over and comfort the crying children and whatever people, because she was helping them out.
They're very nervous as she approaches, and the man and the woman who are just carefully watching and quietly picking up the fruit, putting it back, unable to overturn the cart, had just kind of just accepted that and just gone to picking up the fruit. The children kind of huddling around their mother's skirts as she approaches. Don't hurt my family, please, please, don't hurt my family.
Oh, darling, I'm not gonna hurt your family. Wait till you see it.
Twig has had a stroke.
No, she got hit in the throat.
Here's 10 gold. So you can take care of yourself, and we'll help you get your car righted.
There's some drugs out there.
Why does
Here, have a
cat
sip.
person sound so strange?
Well, I'm from the outskirts of Greyhawk, darling. This
Oh,
is how
Lord.
we talk.
So now we have a Southern Belle tabaxi. All right. He's seen what's happened. Twig had originally come over by them and passed them on. I don't remember if she said anything to them.
She had told him to
Stay behind the wagon.
calm down, stay behind.
Right.
Yeah,
Keep
she
down or
basically
whatever.
protected him.
So they kind of accept this as she's not coming at them with, blades flashing. He calms, and the children kind of move out from the skirts of their mother, looking quizzically at Twig. You look like a cat.
If you
Little
scratch
girl
my
said.
back, I'll purr.
The little girl looks at her mom, and her mom's like, okay. And they both run over and start to scratch. Wow, she's very furry, very furry.
Figaro, seeing this, realizes what's really happened when she took a sniff of her own supply.
Her eyes do look very dilated.
And they're
Dilated.
feeling a lot more comfortable, obviously.
How do you say it?
Meanwhile, Renee, Tubbs, and Wob are gathered with the rest of the group, and Wob is just kind of looking over. Oh, you came just in time.
Apparently not soon enough.
There we go.
I remember I stabilized this guy. Is he still alive after I stabilized him?
Yes. I think you guys actually.
I used
He's
to mention-
conscious. They're all conscious at this point. And so yes, they're all standing there with you, however wounded they are at this point, as well as yourselves. But very, very grateful. Primarily talking to Dal and Polaris, whom they know.
Are we doing a pyre, or are you guys going to take the bodies back?
Oh no, we're not taking the bodies back. No.
Pyre it is. Let's gather sticks.
Throw them in the fucking river for all I care. Leave them here. What's wrong with you, Dal? You get so sentimental. You just leave them out here for the animals.
Believe in honoring our allies, as you should.
Fuck, I forgot about this guy. All right,
I'll pray
whatever.
over them if that makes you feel better, but Pyre's just going to attract attention we don't need.
That's a good point.
That's a good
All my
point.
points are good.
I'll trust you to handle their last rites then.
Yeah, Polaris is always right. Yeah, I don't know why you don't just.
Not always.
Anyway, Jabal suggested we left. Zeb actually that we, should you come across this sort of situation or not find the Alliance along the road, or we scared them off, we killed them before you got here, we were going to wait for you anyway in case you wanted us to continue along with you to Greyhawk.
Are you getting $1 food?
I mean, we got some, and what these guys have, a few rations between them. Nothing
But you're not
special.
going to eat mine.
Have I ever eaten your food? Well, I have, Flanaess. I know I have, you know.
Why do you think I brought it up?
Yes, I will try and eat your food.
Is that bow for show, or can you actually catch us some on the road?
I could certainly do that if it's necessary. I'm actually quite the forger. I've never had a chance to really do it, but
Well,
group I always had rations on them.
Big old frog over there.
we got
Yeah, that
rations.
one's not. You don't touch that one. That one's not.
I think it's mostly
Yeah.
magic anyway.
Yeah.
In that moment, I'm gonna call Bruggy over next to me.
Magic really figure.
Polaris will go do last rites over
It was
our allies.
6 inches. and it's
decapitate our
60
non-allies.
inches.
May I loot Canoe Joe over there?
Yeah, you guys want to?
Hell
There are, what, 8 of them?
Unpleasant.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, I didn't think about it
You
too
want
hard.
investigation checks?
No, this is pretty simple
Okay.
as far as for these guys. How many, there's what, 8 of them?
Yeah.
So
Well, one got away.
one got away.
One got away and the leader got away.
Yeah, the leader got away, and one of them.
All right, so they'll leave 6.
just want-
You're going to loot 1.
Yeah, I just want the guy I stabbed both.
All right, so 7 gold and 4 silver. Also roll a D100.
No fuck.
I'll go.
Is that both of
Does
them or
that-
just the one with 0?
Does the river, if you were to put that boat out into the river, would it go back towards Divers or would it go to Greyhawk?
No, it would not go to Greyhawk. It'd go roughly back toward Divers.
So you put the bodies in
After
it?
he cuts off the heads of all the guild, he puts them in the boat and kicks it off.
Okay, all right.
I'm pretty
I
sure
think 55.
55.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's what you find.
Okay, sure.
Out of character, are you gonna add that to the pot, or?
we have a pot.
That's mine.
Okay.
There's 5 others. Anybody want to?
I'll go for 1.
Okay, so for Camille or for Figaro, 4 gold and 2 silver. Roll a D100. And for Dahl, 7 gold, 3 silver. Roll a D100.
Twig will teach the children how to loot one of the bodies.
Oh, cool. They're excited about that. 8
Are
gold
we
and 10
pulling
silver,
ours?
and you can roll a D100.
If you see me pull gold, then I'll prop. You know what? Why not?
Let me roll perception to see what I'm seeing.
5, okay.
Change how much money.
12. So
Would you roll?
I'm rolling perception to see if I see them looting the other bodies, because I wasn't sure if we're pulling it all together then splitting it.
Well,
Because Olsen's
whatever you guys
keeping
wanna do.
his. So
Yeah, I just wanted both one over there.
I have.
you're basically a bunch of fucking rogues, so.
Yeah, I mean, I am keeping. What did you
speak for
say?
yourself.
I mean, but you come from a spice guild. So.
I don't fuck over my friends though.
What did you say I got for gold?
Oh fuck! I had to roll. Now I'm gonna have to roll it again. 3 gold, 4 silver.
Thank you.
You got yours, Doll?
7 gold, 5 silver. You said.
Okay.
I
And then
got
both
it.
you rolled a
21.
21. Damn, close. And did you roll, Doll?
My depth perception is off. Give me 1 second. All right.
Go low.
Yeah, low is better in this situation. I'm handling this a little bit different than normal.
By 95
Fun.
36.
My
You all start.
21.
There's one other guy, I guess. One other guy.
I'll
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, one other guy.
I'll check.
Okay. 7 gold, 5 silver, and roll a D100.
There we go. 16.
16. D6 now.
8 diamonds worth.
1 sec. I just need to write what
is
the
it?
number was.
Do you remember what I just said? Because I just picked up my dice. What?
What time is it right now in game?
Oh, it's
Still early? Or?
no, it's dark.
Okay.
No. You guys,
It's dawn.
dawn. Yes, just after dawn. Thank you.
4.
4. Okay, 4. You know he's wearing a diamond earring. It's worth probably about 100 gold.
Cool. The diamond's gone. There is no diamond. What diamond?
What was the base of the earring in?
Hey, you want some metal?
Yeah, I wear a lot of piercings.
What do you know? This ring has.
I'm taking their weapons.
Okay. They all have daggers, and they all have
something.
short swords,
So 6.
and none of them
daggers.
have heads at this point.
6 daggers, 6 short swords.
What'd you
Yes.
do with the heads after you cut them
I
off?
put them in the boat.
You just-
take them
oh,
off
okay.
to the river
Yeah.
to float back to Diver.
In the meantime, the children are ecstatic, and then watching Twig go through one of the dead Alliance thieves. Parents are like, all right, that's enough. Come on back, Maxwell, Rita, come on. We've got to get this thing overturned and get back underway.
Yeah, I'll walk over to their cart with Ruggy and see if I can help flip the cart.
Okay. With the man's help, it's easily done. Unfortunately, has not been damaged to a severe extent. That his horse, you can see it down by the river a few yards away, and he immediately begins to start, tying it back to the cart and loading up all the fruit and so forth. It's still good. Much of it just kind of squished and damaged all over the ground. So he wants to head with you. Then Wob asks, he wants to know, you want to continue with them?
Extra hands might not be.
No
word.
Nothing against it. Makes sense to travel in number.
All right. So you guys are still in control of Renee, Tubbs, and Wob. What are you doing with Bash and Torque? They
I said their last rites and dragged them under a tree to face the setting sun.
all right. Yeah, they're fine with that.
The bodies? I hope so.
Well, they're friends.
Yeah.
So.
Their friends were fine with throwing them in the river, so I'd hope so.
Did you,
No, wouldn't you throwing the Alliance guys in the river, not
Did you
them.
see if
Oh,
they had
no.
anything worth taking on them? Like rations, not anything expensive, just rations.
They'll bring it with them.
If you want rations, each
Right.
of them have 2 or 3 days. It's probably 3 days at this point of rations, so it's 18 days of rations between them. If you want to carry it, or you can split it up.
I'm not going to take food from my dead friends, but if Wob does it while I'm not looking, instead of letting you steal from my dead friends,
I'm not gonna
I'm
touch
okay
it.
with that.
I'm not touching it. It's not my people.
Concurred. Can we salvage any of the armor off the Alliance boys?
You can. It's bloody. They're all wearing leather armor.
Where's Borax when you need him?
So this stuff is, between all the swords and daggers and 6 sets of leather armor, it's going to get quite heavy. So just keep that in
Maybe we
mind.
had a wagon.
If only a cart could
Oh, you want to throw it in the cart, or you
Yeah.
putting it in your okay?
if you throw it. Maybe,
I'll carry the weapons on me, but I'll throw the armor in the cart.
Thank.
I'm already doing that anyway.
True.
want to watch that up? I can't imagine bringing bloody armor into town as.
Just curious, how are you carrying the short swords, the 6 short swords and the
I got a
daggers?
sack.
Oh, in a sack? Okay.
I'll tie the blades all together and just have them in my rucksack.
Okay, all right.
I thought it was just like in a sack. I'm just imagining like.
I'm thinking
someone
shoved in
poking-
belts and stuff, like all over, just like a porcupine.
That would be better, but I already said what I said.
I have that mini.
Oh, jeez. All right. The family of farm folk are tentatively just kind of quietly thankful for your help. getting
Probably
you back
stick
in
to the
way.
road.
Oh, on the road. We just happened to cross this. Whatever's going on here, I have no idea. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
bad timing.
Yeah, it was bad timing. Hopefully we can get into divers this afternoon. And they continue on the opposite direction.
All right.
We're off.
See the wizard?
If the wizard doesn't want to see us.
Yeah, the wizard went the other way.
All right, so moving on.
Moving on.
Okay, so we took care of you guys grabbing your spoils. So along the way to Greyhawk, the first settlement that you pass is Eastgard. It's not actually a settlement; it's a garrison surrounded by a wooden palisade. 2 eastward-facing towers that face down the western road toward Greyhawk, ready to spot any unusual activity, on the road. It sits on a hill overlooking the village of Maravin, which you can see off in the distance a few miles away on the coast of the Nire Dive. And being on the coast of the Nire Dive, this place, for those of you, Dahl and Polaris, know that Marvin's quite a dive. You know, that's where the smugglers and the thieves and the, you know, folk, the pirates and so forth, it's kind of it's part of Under the Influence of Divers. And they actually have a dock there that the divers and Marines work out of and protecting the approach to divers. But it's pretty much, they consider themselves a quasi-free city and do what the fuck they want. Passing this on, it's 3 days, I believe, to Greyhawk at that point, or maybe a little bit longer. No, actually, 1, 2, 3... Yeah, from Eastgard, it's another 1, 2, 3 days. Anything that you want to do during that time period that's important to you that we might have skipped over prior to arriving in Greyhawk?
No.
Just
Okay.
one night when I, one time during the night, when I have watch, I just start, set up some incense, start whistling really off key. Not too loud, but enough, and then after a while, a bird starts flying in, and I just have the bird land on my finger and just put it under the hat.
Put the bird under the hat.
I put the bird in the hat. It doesn't stay there, but it goes there for a while.
Okay.
Neighborhood smells like bird poop for a while.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Are you by yourself, during your watch?
I try to do it for whenever I need, if I see someone asleep, I try to do it for when either I'm alone on the watch or the other guy has fallen asleep.
Okay. All right. And you guys have the three enforcers from the Spice Guild with you. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So that next morning, you're only about a day or so away from Greyhawk. Mm-hmm. You know a human man as you're going down the street, this dirt road, wearing black silk tunic, black pants, black boots, under a long black hooded cloak. He holds the reins of his black stallion while stamping out the remains of a campfire. His long black hair is tied in a ponytail. His skin is very pale, and he appears in his mid to late 40s as he turns on your approach down the road. And he smiles. He smiles broadly, and you can see as he turns that there's this gilded, fine-looking dagger in a sheath at his belt under his cloak. "Hello, friends. Mind if I ride along with you for a while? Never can be too cautious. You know, bandits are plenty."
Kind of. We're in the middle of a private conversation.
And you
But
look
if you
like,
want to ride ahead of us, we'll watch you and make sure nothing happens.
you look like the incarnation of death. No offense.
Yeah, what's with
That's
all the
offensive.
what's with the getup? What's with all the black?
Well,
You have a theme?
yeah, it's kind of cool.
How do you even? How does that even? You have to go out of your way to put on that much black.
I have blue. I have a lot of blue.
Right, but you, almost.
Black is more foreboding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's foreboding. You've got it. You've got it. Foreboding. I just thought it was kind of cool.
I don't know, but even the horse, dude. Look at the horse. Even his horse.
All right, I don't have a blue horse.
Does this 40-year-old man
exactly.
also have eyeliner and black lipstick?
Can I see your fingernails?
Nail polish.
Hey, what's your favorite band?
It seems like it. Yeah, he's got that kind of goth look.
It doesn't even matter.
A lot of questions about my apparel. Never had quite the intense scrutiny upon my person.
Sorry, what's your name?
My name's Fellows. I'm a wizard, explorer, on my way back to Greyhawk. We need a new.
Oh,
Do we?
don't know if you're sticking around.
Yeah,
Didn't your last one die in a fight?
I'm not.
not exactly. That's not really. Yeah.
Oh, that was the dwarf.
Um,
The dwarf wasn't the wizard.
No, we're gonna still work on that.
No, he said he was
You know.
one of them types that fight with their hands.
Yeah, I want to still practice with you the whole what you are versus what you do type thing. You remember that conversation? We'll get back to that.
this group has ADD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but not 4E.
What? Oh. Yeah. What?
So we're on the way to
I hate
Greyhawk.
that was a working joke.
That worked really well.
Yeah.
Thank you
No,
very
yeah.
much.
My name's Fellows, yes. And I'm not looking to join a group or anything. Don't get. I just would like to travel, yes, with the company of others for safety. You seem capable enough, if you don't mind.
I say we let him join. There's enough of us. He couldn't do anything.
Twig, you gotta stop with
Yeah.
that advice.
Right on the back of being nicer to everyone else except your group. Yeah.
I had a friend who was a Baxi.
That's not
He died recently.
I'm cool.
I didn't do it.
Oh, no. You certainly didn't. This was a bunch of hobgoblins and an ogre. Imagine that.
Where'd that happen?
When?
Where?
Where? Oh, this temple. It's supposed to be. Had all the denizens run out of it some years ago. Was called the Temple of Elemental Evil, north of Hamlet. And
Never heard of it.
No.
That
It's,
sounds like a fun place. We should go.
Oh no, it's my group, fellows, if you might imagine.
No shot.
We all dressed accordingly. Anyway,
You all wore the black like that?
we did, yes, but not anymore. Just me, as my companions. They all died. I'm the only survivor.
Sorry to hear that.
So
Condolences. But, I mean, don't go to places called the Temple of Elemental Evil.
well, it's supposed to. But then all the rumors and all the talk of it, all the dinners that had been run out of it some time ago, and so we're expecting that we were hoping to find some treasure, something worthy of us just for exploration.
How far in did you get?
Not very far, unfortunately. Not
Right.
far, really. We got ambushed by the hobgoblins at night when one of my companions, he fell asleep on his watch, and then the ones of us that survived ran out and managed to get accosted by an ogre on the way. So,
Can I make an insight check?
yeah.
How about that, Wob?
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody else fell asleep on watch when people died.
Fuck you.
10.
And it seems, as far as you can tell, very sincere.
I mean, I think he's fine. I don't see a reason why he shouldn't.
That's
Can I go?
fine. We have
Especially if he just goes ahead. You know, he doesn't have to be right in the thick of it.
Well, I like to talk. I'd like to learn about you, and just, as we travel, we have another day or so to Greyhawk, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all okay with it.
That's fine.
Can I do a quick little scan of his camp just to make sure there isn't any sign of anyone else at the camp or any
Yeah, roll perception.
There's child
Like-
dogs.
No, there was evidence of other people having been there because he said he's
Just
all
the heads.
alone.
Yeah.
And also he looks like he's wearing all black and just making sure there aren't any weird bones. No.
Fuck yeah.
Plus, what wizard invests in like a gold inlaid dagger?
Yeah. But you see,
Nothing
unfortunately,
about him.
But
I am so entranced by his story that I see nothing.
You note that his horse, as he mounts his horse, it's laden with the saddlebags. It seemed heavy, and a bedroll tied to the back. So he was preparing to leave anyway. You saw him stamping out the last bit of his campfire.
Does it just all seem clean and pristine? Like all
You
of
can roll
them?
perception. Did you kind of
Any
gaze past
part
him
of
over it?
Seem like any of that has seen 10.
Wow. No, I mean
You're an average man today.
Yes.
it doesn't look like it's been raked like a Japanese garden or anything, but it's it's
All right.
looks, for all you can tell, like a
Sure.
closed up camp.
You know what would earn our trust, fellows?
What was that?
Food?
We got some armor on our wagon over there, if you don't mind cleaning it up real quick with your, whatever you folks call it.
Magic.
Yeah,
Why call that magic?
Wait.
Some
You
people
trying to-
call it the
did you
weave,
try
some
and
people
pronounce
call
I
it
think you got the word like on the tip of your tongue, but I want to see what you say. Curious.
mana.
No.
Quite.
No.
I don't know, they got different words for it.
Yeah,
I don't bother with that shit.
It's prestidigitation, but I don't have that particular spell available at the moment.
Of course you do.
I can light some things up. I can shoot a bolt of fire from my hand, but not that particular.
Are we still having this conversation?
Yeah, we're go.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
let's
Ah,
move.
good.
Crowding off.
Run away then.
What do we want on marching? Where do we want?
On the road.
In the middle.
Thanks, man.
There's eight. There's eight of us.
I know.
He's gonna be in the middle.
Okay. I mean, he's happy to be wherever however you line yourself. Or he, but he's very chatty as he just talks about the horrors that they discovered in the brief time that they were in the Temple of Elemental Evil, and then chased out by the hobgoblins into the arms, basically of an ogre.
Tell us all about it.
And he does. Bloody and awful. I know I'm gonna have PSD for the rest of my life over this.
PSD.
Yeah.
They haven't added the T yet.
Hey, this is old school.
Are there any magical clues you can give us in case we go there?
Magical clues. Yeah, be very careful about entering and go quietly. Don't fall asleep on watch. Don't recommend that.
That's not really a problem for this group.
And be defensively, set yourselves up defensively wherever you're at. Like barricade yourself in a room or something, and make sure there's no secret doors. Very important.
That's actually a wonderful note.
Secret doors.
Secret tunnels. Secret.
You can, and as you get to know him, he does look a little bit scarred. You can see not necessarily from this recent battle, but he has some scars on his face, his arms as he lifts up his, in the warmth of the day, as he pulls up his sleeves, you can see scars on his arms.
Did you say he was wearing like a black robes or like light armor?
No, he's not wearing any armor at all.
Just making
like
sure.
a tunic. Yeah, like a silk tunic.
It's a trench coat.
I was just making sure that you didn't say something and I didn't notice it.
No, and a long cloak that
Yeah.
just kind of drapes over the back of his horse. Very dashing looking fellow.
Yeah, what, the scars are attractive scars? They're like ladies dig scars, kind of?
Pretty much, yeah,
Okay.
pretty
What
much.
people say about mine.
No, we don't.
I know.
But he doesn't seem overwhelmed or underwhelmed. He just seems to accept all of you. Fellow adventurers, people that are out exploring, just like he and his group of fellows were fellow and his fellows. Until recently.
One of our long rests, nothing important, but I'll be scrubbing the leather armor by any nearby body of water, creek, lake, whatever.
Okay.
Just- goddamn
Not a problem.
Useless wizard doesn't even know basic shit.
Actually, when he cancels you at night, which I guess you'd have to do prior to the next day arriving in Greyhawk, he's all for helping. He lights the campfire. He comes over and helps you scrub the armor if you want to clean it up.
I help.
Appreciate it. I'd ask Polaris, but there's no way he would do it. I'm actually surprised you're over here, Figaro. Most of you types are afraid to get your hands dirty.
I'm afraid to get my hands dirty.
I know!
I'm afraid to
Dickhead.
get my hands dirty, plus the cells.
I mean, I'm his friend, but he is about as precious as you're gonna
Princess
get.
is not.
True, that's right. So you came across a human man wearing a black silk tunic,
You found
black pants, black boots under a long black hooded cloak, holding the reins of his black stallion while stamping out the remains of a campfire.
Were they black reins too?
Was that the
Black
reins? Of
leather?
course.
And the saddle was black leather too. of course,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Had to make sure.
And he has long black hair tied in a ponytail. His skin is pale. He
Yeah,
appears in his
black
late 40s, and he's wearing a gilded dagger at his belt. He's introduced himself as Fellows, the leader of an adventuring group called Fellows, all of whom died in the Temple of Elemental Evil.
The Strange Bedfellows would have been a much better name for the
I believe
group.
that's in the booklet. I think.
I don't have a
I
booklet.
think that's why they all died.
Could be.
That's why they were all. That's why no one was
I wanna
awake
just
to
beat
watch.
people.
If you're the leader and everybody else died, you fucked up
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Either that or you
I don't trust him
succeeded
'cause
in
of
the wrong
that.
way.
Yeah.
So, it's the evening before you arrive in Greyhawk, and you're just sitting around the campfire. Fellows is chatting away, walks over to Dahl, where you're scrubbing the leather armor, and let you know, I can clean it all in the morning.
Why is that?
Well, I just, sleep and memorize the proper cantrip, and,
You can change your cantrips?
why not?
I didn't know. I don't know anything about magic.
Yeah,
You can
so,
change your cantrips.
yeah.
Out of character. I thought cantrips were always just what you have. I thought you could only change level 2.
That's what he's saying.
Okay. Sure.
Yep.
Wait a sec.
That's what he's saying.
If I knew a goddamn thing about magic, I would question that, but I don't.
Check.
I don't
There's
need
It's more of an insight.
Insight? I'll do an
it's more of
insight
an-
check. This fits into me. Like, Okay, that's decent. That is insight. Cool. So that is a 17.
So that's pretty good. You know, but Dahl doesn't know
I'm not even choosing to
that
try.
you can tell that there's a little bit of you almost catch the hint of a smile. Mm-hmm. And you can see kind of the playful nature in his eyes of fellows just fucking with Dahl hard
Yeah.
at this point.
Dahl seems to accept it with no question whatsoever, knowing nothing about magic.
I give him a look like, yeah, sure you can. And then I go back to scrubbing. And in that moment, I'm like, I want to be you so bad.
Wonder why you didn't do that the last 3 nights we've been camping, but you know, it's not my place to question them.
We met him on the last day. This is the night of.
And he just kind of looks around and he notes that they're, I mean, you don't know what he's thinking, of course, but he's paying attention to all of you. None of you really have much arcane talent, I suppose.
No.
It's too bad.
The cat does some weird shit. That might be arcane.
Well, at Tabaxi, you know, they do that. I do that, yeah.
My hat chirps.
They do.
Mine's just not of arcane nature.
Maybe you, I guess. I don't know.
As the evening passes, he pulls out a book from his saddlebags, looking over it a bit in the firelight, and as things kind of draw into the evening, just chatting and sharing a meal or whatever, he just slams it shut. All right, look, I'm all out of money, and I'm a graduate of the school of arcane talents in Greyhawk. So I've got some credentials, I suppose you could say. Yeah, right. And unfortunately, as a as a graduate of the University of Magical Arts, there's certain expectations, for continuing my studies, and lost everything in the temple. I mean, everything except for one thing, and it really fucking bothered me a lot. And he goes to his saddlebag and he pulls out this chest, and it's a nice ornate chest, not very big.
Does it have a face on it?
Is it covered in like stitched together skin or?
No, it looks like a beautifully wrought, oak. As if some gloss or glaze is over it, and there's 5 gems set into the top of it. I can't get this thing open. I know that whatever it's protecting must be worth a lot, but I can't afford to pay someone to get it open because I have no money, and I can't open it myself. So I was thinking that maybe I could offer it to you for the low price of 500 gold. And then if you could get it open, or if you could afford to have somebody open it for you in Greyhawk, then you would gain the benefit of whatever's inside, which has got to be valuable, much more valuable.
100 gold, that's it.
Can I just take a moment to look at his gilded gold dagger as he's saying he has no money?
You can roll a
Can
perception.
I do a perception, please? Because this guy
Do what?
Go ahead, you guys all percept.
Hold on.
100 gold, that's
You're
it.
negotiating.
For shits and giggles, can I use my primeval awareness?
Primeval, yeah, of course you can.
So I just want to sense if there's any. I want to sense if there's any fiends. Because I have to pick one, right? Pretty sure. I want to sense if there's any fiends within 1 mile.
Okay. So how long does it take you? Is it like
It's an action.
immediately?
Yeah.
Okay. So, so as your eyes roll back in your head, everybody's like, "Fuck is he doing?" Sending your awareness out. No.
No?
That's a dirty 20 on my perception.
Of what are you trying to perceive?
She just said it because they said it.
No, if I think that he's telling any kind of truth about this story about
What's insight?
our insight.
Okay.
So that's an
Here's what
18.
the top of the chest looks like with the gems in it.
But I appreciate that.
I'll say the same thing to you because we're companions.
Yeah, and I absolutely would also believe that because this does seem like this seems like a shady roadside deal. So I'm just going with it. Like, yeah, sure, that's a good enough reason to not go for it.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Funky boxes.
Do you mind if we confer amongst ourselves?
They're gonna try and talk you down.
Okay, well, you
500
already,
gold's still
yes,
good.
you offered 100 gold,
You're part of the group, Polaris.
but he did that like immediately, like tried to counter. So go ahead and roll a persuasion.
Do you even have honor?
Yes, I do.
God, of all the times I've been
Remember,
saying cutting
persuasion
words.
checks are mind control.
They're not my
I know.
What'd you roll?
12.
12.
Would that be with advantage since he's so hungry for money?
Not necessarily.
Can I be with advantage because my arrow's pointed right at him?
What's inside must be worth so much more than what I'm asking.
110.
I mean, it's at this point
It's
he's
110 that you don't have right now.
yes, but if you get this thing open, there's got to be something just incredible
It
inside.
could explode and kill me.
Well, I mean, I suppose.
Where
I
did
didn't know that
If
if you
it does, you can have my boots.
I pushed all the gyms. I pushed all the gyms. They have this strange
did you
springy
put
type
the box?
feeling.
It came from a place called the
he's kinda
Temple of
holding it.
Elemental
He's
Evil.
like holding it out in front of him.
just to get a sense of how he reacts. What's stopping us, all 8 of us, from taking it?
Well, I mean, that would not be ideal.
What time of day
I
is
mean,
it? Are we wasting
you
daylight?
really want to
think
go down
it's
that
nowhere
road?
in
I mean,
night.
I was the only one to survive, and
It's
just
just a question. I'm not.
yeah. I mean,
So-
it wouldn't be ideal for any of us. I don't think.
115.
And, you did say you're a
Did
wizard,
not move
know.
so far by your lowballing.
Shouldn't you be able to use magic to
I
get
know.
this?
I've tried everything I know. Look, I have some training, obviously, and from the university and from my experiences out and about, leading a group of fellows.
Fellows.
Yes, fellows, my fellows.
The fact that I remembered that should mean something. 140, that's all I have.
I am looking astounded at this man.
between all of you, you must have just measly 500
I
gold.
just met most of them. Him I know. And them I know.
We're
But
going to
these I
confer
just
for a
met.
moment. Just wait
Can I just
here.
throw something out there, please? Just one last thing before you confer. The reason I want 500 is that's the cost of my tuition for the next 3 years of the university. And so I need to have that much to give them to secure that time. And so if it's less than 500, it really does me very little good.
All right.
What if there's just like a bloody thumb?
I know.
You could
What?
hawk your
What?
dagger.
I know where there are 6 or 8 criminals' bodies that you can bring to divers for a reward.
I have to
can turn
drag
them
them. I'm going to Greyhawk.
This might be a reward, plus my 140 for your chest.
Yeah, your role wasn't close enough to help you in this endeavor, it seems.
Should I dose him?
As so far,
Yes.
he's very,
I don't
very
know if I want to piss off a
Is there any
wizard
writing on that
this
box?
passively looking at it. No,
May I come look at the box?
but yeah, it's right in front of you. He's holding it out, and you can see the picture there on the
That's the gems on
yeah.
top.
You can see the
Yeah,
5
yeah,
different
yeah.
gems on top, and you see
So
the,
is this exactly what I'm looking at?
yeah, it's
Okay,
exactly what
got
you're
it,
doing.
okay.
The top of the box.
No, sure.
And again, it's only about maybe 8 inches deep
Uh-huh.
and about 12 inches long, another 8 or so inches wide. The gems are quite substantial, and he mentions, of course, you can press any of you. It doesn't. I pressed them all. I thought, expected one to blow up, as Flanaess here mentioned, but
Is this one
no.
genuinely more of a matte color than...
So, do any of you have? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
More of a matte color. So,
I would absolutely know gemstones.
do you have a background?
Well, now more like a background in stealing gemstones, but
Helium. Okay. Well, I mean,
I'm
you
all-
might be able to identify them all.
I would have to roll good for it. But
Well, the obvious ones are the first one's an emerald.
like,
Okay, that's an
would I
obvious one.
recognize like the emerald, the opal, the what looks like
Would a nature check?
a what looks like a ruby, what looks
Roll
like
it.
jade, and then something else.
Yeah. So, and it's you would know the common ones are obviously the emerald, and then the opal, and then the ruby, and then the pearl. Those first 4 left to right, and then the last one is a little bit miffing. You can make a roll. Yeah.
12 on a nature check?
Okay. No.
No,
Yeah. Anybody else with any kind of a background or want to make a history check?
You
to
as
see?
well.
Is there anything written anywhere in any language? Does anything look like words.
Not that you
on the
see
chest.
passively. If you want to inspect it closely,
I'll do like a
he's-
360
he's
just kind of walk around
He's
it.
just holding it out. And so if you want to,
I'll just do one of
I do
these
wanna
and kind of
for
look it
words
up and down.
specifically.
all right, he places it on the ground.
I don't see shit.
Well,
No?
of course you don't. You have
I'm looking with a bad eye. Yeah.
Natural 20. Okay. So as you're moving it around,
with your hands on his hands.
no, he's
No.
placed it on the
Oh,
ground.
okay.
And so he seems free enough and confident enough that you're not going to steal it from him. It just appears that way passively. But he's just watching how you're going about inspecting it really closely. And you look at it really closely, up, down, behind. There doesn't seem to be even a seam where you would expect the lid to open. There's no hinges. It just looks like a solid wooden box, and it feels strange. It feels as if it lacquered wood, really slippery, but it's not wet. Solid and heavy, probably about 7 or 8 pounds for this small little box. And the gems, as he told you, they all seem to depress individually. That's a good deal. It really, really is.
If we're gonna buy it, we're each gonna have to chip in 100 gold. Does everybody even have that before we even start these discussions?
I have an idea.
Didn't you get? What did we get when we did our deal? Did we split 1,000 gold?
We went for the loot box instead. Remember the magic
That's right.
items that we
That's
had?
right.
Yeah.
It's
I have an idea. All right. So you've got a big green frog.
yeah, right.
So you put your finger on that green one,
Right.
and you're got a magic hat. So you put your finger on that white
Makes
one.
you think that this box has anything to do with us?
I'm not done.
All right. Yeah.
You. Well, you.
If I lose a finger, I'm gonna cut yours off.
Just put your finger on the red one,
I have not put my
Fine.
finger.
and I'll put my finger on that white one because I'm pure, like the driven snow. And you put your finger on that green one, and then we all press down at the same time.
And what, we become something of like, as maybe like for phrasing's sake, Mighty Morphin Rangers of sorts, maybe with power.
I have to reiterate, this came from a place called the Temple of Elemental Evil.
Yeah, I'm not putting my finger
Yeah,
on anything.
I'm-
That, you could ask Wob because he'd probably.
You want to hit it really hard?
It came from the ogre outside the temple.
You want to hit it really hard?
He was evil adjacent.
No,
Sure,
because it
sure.
might break it.
Wait, can I do
Yeah.
another
What the fuck?
insight
Yeah.
check
And
on him?
all right.
Like him saying he got it from the ogre. Like I have suspicion that he's bullshitting with magic because I've done that before.
Sure, you can insight.
This ogre thing, like this feels like a scam.
This is a grift if I've ever
Grip,
seen.
yeah, I know.
A scam.
This feels like
Oh yes, dirty 20.
this
Dirty
is
20.
Rabbit giving us a time sink that we're gonna spend an hour and a half. So let's move. Either do it or don't do it.
He, from what you can tell, he is intensely interested in this box. Curious. You don't get the feeling that he has any nefarious intent. But it's just more of a curiosity and frustration. You sense frustration that he, and maybe even a little jealousy the way you guys are going about it, that you might have some way of opening it that he's been unable to.
Yes, right.
We gotta have a trust exercise. How much gold do we have pulled together? Flanaess has already said he's got 140.
I'm not spending any of
Here's-
my money on this.
Here's the thing. We've already established that some of us, he looks over at Wob, are not necessarily reputable. If all 5 of us chip in for this, what if whatever's in it is not divisible 5 ways?
I guess we'll see what happens.
Which is why we should each put our finger on a gem and push in. I'll take the red one if you want.
all right. If we do this, I want to move on to pulling our gold. If we don't have enough, we just say sorry, fella, and move on.
If this
I
doesn't
have
work,
7 gold.
that's a good idea. But if
Is
it
that all the gold you
We're already fucked.
but if it does work,
Yeah.
then we opened it without
I
paying
don't
it.
know the rest of it.
He's right there, but
Sure.
all right.
Open it without paying me, then I guess I owe you what's inside.
Twig, have you overcome your addiction or whatever the hell you've been going through for the past couple nights?
I'm not pressing that button.
Yep, she's back. All right.
Have you not already tried to press all of them at once?
Of course I have. I've pressed them in every different combination I can think of, and
That was all him. That wasn't 5 different
Question.
people.
What if my frog was pink?
Then it would be a pink frog.
Yeah, cool, great. So then what fucking relation would I have with the green gem? Like just because I have a green frog doesn't mean I have any semblance towards the green gem.
You have like
You're a druid. You live in the trees.
God, right. Yeah, fuck, I forgot that we thought that.
hey, why don't you use
So I'm not, so this is a frog that I found. It's not, I didn't make it. It's not like magic. It's a giant fucking toad. I'm a ranger. I specialize in bow and arrows and tracking and hunting and stuff like that.
I thought you were a druid as well.
No, I'm not.
Shouldn't you be sleeping? Is it nighttime?
It's still night, yes. Night.
a druid too?
I need a long rest.
like you could always use your druid.
Well, come over here. Twig ain't touching it, and I don't think Polaris is going to be satisfied till we all do.
Fine.
Come here, Wop.
Tubbs will go over and do it, yeah.
So you all press the gem at the same time?
Yeah.
Why not?
You feel them, you feel them depressed, but nothing happened.
Nothing happened. All right.
Clear explosion of a 9-mile radius.
Let me try something. I reach into my bag and get my tinderbox. Use it to like find a safe place, like that's mostly gravel. Use it to like light a twig, like use it to like light a stick on fire.
Oh, Twig, she knew nothing.
Yeah, like twig on fire. I use it to light it, like get a small thing, light on fire, hold it up to the red gem,
Okay.
and then maybe press the red gem with the thing that's on fire.
Well, the stick that's on fire presses red.
Yeah, I'm pressing the stick that's on fire with the red gem.
All right. So, I mean, as you do so, you would expect there to be a little bit of scorching around it, but there's none. It depresses it. Nothing happens.
Cool, just wanted to try that.
I say open and giant.
Fellows, we
Is it
cannot.
open giant?
Open in giant.
Oh, open in giant.
Yes.
No, nothing.
Cool.
I don't know why I understood that, but anyway,
Oh, you understood that?
fellows. Yeah, he said open. I don't speak whatever the hell it is, but anyway,
Well, but
we can't afford 500 gold between us, so this point might be moot.
Yeah.
You don't have boot. Gyms.
You know what we can't afford though? 140.
147.
No, it's not going to help me at all. Maybe if you get it open, we could just share the wealth. How's that? Because it must be worth something of extraordinary value. I mean, look,
So you
it's
said-
got all these gems: the emerald, the nephrite, the pearl, the.
What was that?
All
What
of
was the
them.
one right before pearl?
Nephrite?
Oh yes, the nephrite.
What is nephrite?
It's kind of a jade, as far as I know. There's all kinds of, and
Yeah,
you know,
but
it just basically goes over all the 5 gems.
Oh,
Can
and
you just give us all the printouts?
Well, you guys didn't come up with the last one on your own.
well,
But he knew.
in terms of out of game conversation, like, is that a thing?
Well, it's conversation.
I know, but like, from my own knowledge, opals are usually resorted to like water and stuff, and
I mean,
rubies
according
are
to-
usually like fire
according to
and stuff.
Bre-
And,
like-
Well, we
according
tried
to
the
the-
fire on the ruby.
Yeah.
yeah, but we didn't try it with an accumulation of other things.
Well, if we're gonna go out of game knowledge, we could also go O, P,
E-N.
N. I don't know what we do with the R.
Son of
No.
a bitch.
I'll do the.
Opener.
I'll press the opal, the pearl, the emerald, and the nephrite
Okay.
in that order.
All right.
Anything,
Nothing.
and then the ruby.
At that point, you hear a click.
You're just
It's like, holy fuck! It was so easy.
That's hilarious,
And you see a seam appear,
You're fucking kidding me.
and, you
dude.
pop, and the hinges on the inside, the lid.
Because I saw it and I was like, "There's no shit."
Is Polaris smart enough to figure
I'm
that
gonna
out?
go home.
He certainly is. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Yeah,
Inside,
that's-
inside you see this silk, this like purpley silk covering some object, and he's just Fellows is over there looking in firelight, seeing this shimmering silk.
Blair's will reach in and pull it out.
I put a hand up if the guy tries to stop him.
He doesn't try to stop him. He's
All
like,
right.
"What is it?" And as you
It's
pull it
a
out, disc.
disc.
It's a disc
It's a
that
disc that
it's blue,
blue
and it has this like platinum and gold engravings in it.
It's got some engravings. They're like platinum and blue.
Right.
It seems like it has a small gold circle in the center. It's about as broad as a finger and about as wide as a hand width of a normal human hand. He's just looking at it like, what the fuck is that?
I'll press the gold circle in the center.
Okay. Nothing
I take
happens.
3 steps back.
Wait, do you have a piece of paper though with numbers and letters that we can see for it?
Yeah, the engravings
Yeah,
spell
yeah.
out.
There might be a picture of this.
Sir, you need to drop out of wizard college.
Yeah. You speak common, right?
A broken clock is
I
what
went-
What are
today.
you talking?
No, I'm just checking. Yeah, all right, cool.
Apparently he's smarter than I give him credit for.
I was raised in a temple, so
If any of you want to roll a religion, you can.
A long story. Don't
Tell
get
me I
started
have a
in my
minor
shit.
religion, please.
no, that's not what it was.
I don't, but I almost want to give myself a minus to religion.
It's kind of sheltered in a way.
8.
Oh, did you give yourself a minus to
I
religion?
did. There's no
Okay.
reason I should know anything about religion.
I don't.
But based on the modifier, I do. So
I mean, it lends the impression of some sort of religious symbol on the the disc itself.
Do any of us recognize that?
That's what I'm saying. You can
Do I
roll a religion. if
recognize
you want.
like the runes on it and language is like in language that I would recognize?
can I slowly try to pull the box away?
There's no runes on it.
Okay. No. Let me actually roll my Figaro dice today. I've been rolling my AD&D dice that I've inherited. They've been serving me okay.
How many hours have passed since we've stopped this?
Yeah, so it's
Like snoring.
looking at it closer. It's a wooden disc, as broad as a hand width, and it's got this small gold circle in the center. It's got a base blue and then like platinum and silver, filigree all around. It gives you the impression of some sort of a religious symbol. But maybe you guys
Does it
don't recognize
have
it.
anything to do with the temple?
I don't know.
Well, you were in the temple.
I know. I didn't see anything like that.
Can I do a check?
Religion, yeah.
I just kind of take the box.
Yeah, that's
Pick a box.
okay, let's do that. I think so. That's 15.
15.
Put it in your back barrel.
Not even. I'm like being.
What's
I'm not
your
even, I'm
what's your
rolling
home
3 for
what's your
sleight of
home
hand.
city?
I'm still
My home city is I'm not from anywhere around here.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is like not familiar to you either.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I basically ran away from home because I didn't want to get caught for shit.
Yeah. So it's vaguely familiar, but I mean, there are so many gods. If
Yeah.
this is a religious symbol, that it could be one or it could not. It just kind of lends that impression.
You know what this is?
Who is it,
Is it
God?
a cat thing?
I don't know. It looks like a key or something. Maybe I don't know. Put it on something and turn
He's
it.
back.
All right. So now we're going to go check it out. We'll have to go to
The temple?
what temple?
Elemental evil.
Wait, how?
No, we're not going back.
the praise of Greyhawk. We're not going to no temple
right now.
We have to give a box to a guy.
Don't we have a dog on the back of this car?
By the way, what's in the
haven't.
box? I've been curious about that box.
A corpse.
Rather large.
Ugliest dog you'll ever see in your life.
Statue of a dog.
Yeah.
Statue of a dog.
Is that just a statue?
Yep, statue of a dog.
You're transporting a statue of a dog.
Yep.
All right.
Really ugly dog.
Okay. So yeah. So anyway,
Did you see it?
Yeah.
He told me I couldn't open
Did we?
Yeah, you
we
know how
did not.
protective he is of you.
When did you see it?
I peeked in.
How?
Oh, it's locked like a million.
He ain't my dad.
It is locked by
It's
many
blocked
things.
so much.
Then I didn't see it. I'm just lying.
Because I think
Piss
our,
off.
our party members have the keys, right?
I have the key. I have it hidden on
Oh,
my
there's one
person.
key? To all,
There's a key
oh,
for
that's
all
right. We
five.
have one key for all 5 locks.
Yes.
That's right.
I just wanted you guys to like me.
I like you.
Thank you, Polaris.
Statue of a dog.
I don't not like you right now.
all right, so look, here's what we're
I
gonna
watched
do.
armor
Do you want to
with
trade him this for the dog?
Nope.
No.
I don't want a dog. Look, a statue of a dog, anything like that. The box, it's. We'll take it to the Guild of Wizardry when we get to Greyhawk. Yes.
All right.
We?
Find out what it is. Yes, I'm
right.
with you. We're all in this together now.
I think we should agree we should split it 6 ways since we got it open.
What about them? What about those 3 over there?
They're hirelings.
Ah, good. Yes, just 6 of us. That's it.
What?
Yeah, Tubbs goes, I could use some money. Yeah.
Well,
Me and Renee are trying to like start a
You don't know what your station is
Yeah,
when you joined up.
You know, we need a
Really
honeymoon.
pissed you back to life?
Yeah.
I'm telling Jabal.
Belgian ball, whatever you want. He's the one who kicked us out.
Lob.
So he's
Can't you just
dead.
take this
right.
box to like?
Looks like he's keeping your box, so you can hang on to this till we get to Greyhawk.
All right, I trust you, but I'll take it. Yeah, no problem.
Maybe just
And
pop this
he
box.
immediately just pops it in his saddle.
How'd you get the box? I don't-
No, the box has been taken.
He took the box.
I'm just holding it though, not even in like a slight.
Oh, I thought you like took it.
I rolled a 3 on that, so no, I chose to just take it.
I just told him
And
he
in the
took
morning
box.
when we wake up, Bellows is
If
gone.
you close that, will the seam disappear again?
Want to find out?
Yeah.
I closed it.
It does. It goes back to exactly how you saw it
No, we
before.
can
No
sell that
steam,
separately.
boom.
Sell that as its own unique little thing.
And again, why my country now? I would love to get this back open again.
Well, you know how to do it.
You're good the way you are. You don't gotta emulate me.
However, I don't know what he did. I wrote 7.
I wasn't paying
You
attention.
didn't see
to
him
you.
push the button in the
No,
order.
I was not paying attention.
I'll show you. I push him in order.
I'm super upset that this guy just showed me how to open the box.
I'm more disappointed in the wizard.
Yeah.
That is amazing. I bet
that's super
that
cool.
alone would probably fetch a lot more than 500 gold, by the way. Just telling you.
Boy,
You know,
that's so
what a deal you would have had.
Well, we
Oh
got
my
some
God.
business to sell things in Greyhawk. Let's see what we get.
Are we going to sleep now?
Yeah.
All right.
You sound more country too now.
Yeah, what's going on?
The longer we stay in the woods.
It's like osmosis.
There's a plague going around here. This box. Get it out of here.
It's all right.
We caught Twig's accent.
It's my aura.
It's the Blake Shelton box.
You don't know what's in it.
The next morning you wake up and he's there.
Okay.
And we're kind of just moving on to where we actually left off last session, back to Greyhawk. But as you continue on, you're now kind of moving through the grassland that extends south, much as it does to the west. Farmland scattered throughout, mostly growing wild though. And then as you get closer to the city, the farmland seems to have suffered some drastic depletion in nutrients over the years, as the productive farms seem to have moved off. You see more skeletal remains or lasting remains of structures in the distance. But we left off as you were approaching the gates, and it's picked up quite busy at this point, with the trade folk moving back and forth along the road that splits off here and there as you get closer and closer. You're approaching the High Gate, which I'll put on the map in just a moment. But we're going to go and take our break now as we get into Greyhawk and go from there. So we'll be back in just a few
Home
minutes.
sweet home.
So, see you in a minute. Welcome back, everyone, as we get started again with second half of our session. The group is approaching the highway gate, southern portion of Greyhawk, City of Greyhawk, the free City of Greyhawk, Jim and the Flanaess. On the River Road, the West Road has turned to the River Road, and as you basically get in line with caravans and the other travelers and traders and merchants that are moving up in this late morning time frame toward the highway gate. Caravans turning off to the left into the caravan park, where you see multiple numbers of caravans that have been kind of moved off to the side, moving their products into smaller wagons and warehouses and so forth. It's very, very busy. SO4A and O4B on the map. Moving up the road, you pass on the left what looks like the city slaughterhouse, and from the stench of it and the warmth of the day as you get closer to the gate. And then on the right, you see a sign that's the shingle outside a building that says Merchants and Traders Guild Livery. And then as you finally slowly make your way toward the highway gate itself, there are a number of guards. There's a couple of towers on this fortified wall that are astride the highway gate, and it's quite wide. Easily 2 carts can move, in and out at the same time. And guards on the ground and up in the towers and along the walls, some mounted, some on the ground. The ones on the ground, there's about a dozen of them. They're quickly trying to check people, check their carts, check a few questions they're asking as patrons enter through the highway gate when it finally comes to you. Keeping within the time frame of our world at the moment, it's cold even, the 4th of cold even, and so that's basically mid-spring, and so the days are warm, getting towards summer, and a lot of planting is going on in the farms and so forth in this part of the realm. As you get up to the guards, eyeing your cart, with fellows right up there with you, just smiling. He seems to be in a great mood, looking at the processional, which is the main Broadway that goes further into the city beyond the gates. You guys ready? This is going to be exciting. The guards come up. What do you have to declare? What are you bringing? Why are you here? Answer in that order, please. There's 4 of them standing there with you.
Nothing. A gift for the menagerie.
Lord
Coming
Henway.
from Divers.
Lord Henway.
Yep.
What's in the box?
The thing for the menagerie.
He looks over at one of the other guards. Well, we'll probably need to open it.
No, you don't.
We were told not to open it.
Why wouldn't you want to open it?
It's for the menagerie. I would think you would know why you wouldn't want to open the box.
Fellows are
Remember
standing
last
there.
time?
What? Fellows are standing there. Oh, a menagerie? What? Fucking to the statue of a dog! It's going to Lord Henway? That's awesome, incredible! It's the most incredible thing. You've ever been there?
Right, breathe.
Have you ever been there? To the menagerie? The guard's like, oh. First things first. We need to inspect all the boxes. We got to open them up, just make sure you're not carrying a whole bunch of weapons or cursed things or, like creatures that might come to life or something and disrupt the city with havoc.
I have a really big frog.
Did Jabal
Good, yeah, I get it.
give us any sort of writ or anything to carry with us?
No, not at all.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
To open the box?
We don't.
Polaris doesn't know what's in the fucking bottom.
We don't even have a key to open the box.
Oh, well, who's the key?
It was already mailed to
Would you open
Lord
the cage
Henway.
of one of the cages of the menagerie just on
No,
a whim?
I wouldn't.
Right.
Yeah, you wanna-
So let's not do that to the box.
Roll
If it's-
persuasion. Roll persuasion with advantage. Because this guy obviously knows what the menagerie is.
Advantage. Better.
Well,
Captain! A fellow in Greyhawk livery and chainmail armor comes sauntering up. What is it? they've got something for Lord Henway in the menagerie, is what he's saying in the box. All right, so. Well, shouldn't we open it? You fucking idiot.
I'm looking at him with a shit-eating grin. The guy that he's telling this to.
Go on.
Thank you.
Menagerie. And they allow you through the gate.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Bellows looks like he's about to wet his fucking pants. You know, he's sitting there just holding the. What's in the fucking box?
Hey,
Why don't you go check out the
Wyatt,
tower? Didn't you
little
say you
bit.
had to make a delivery?
What?
Didn't you say you had to go to the Wizard's Tower?
Yeah, we're gonna take this biscuit, but wow! What are you? He's got all kind of incredible creatures there.
Give me the
What
disc,
is
I'll
this
let you
one?
see it.
No,
All right.
but a hint, maybe. What's in the box?
Statue of a dog.
A beast. What kind of beast? It's a pretty good-sized box, but
Oh, look.
you're not very bright, are you?
well, you said it was a statue of a hound or something.
Right. So,
Dog.
like, you know, if we're saying it's a statue of something, and it's for the menagerie,
Basilisk.
holy shit! Wow.
You brought a basilisk.
Fuck. How did
need to
we?
drop out of Wizard's
Yeah. How did we get there?
It's a stone dog.
It is a sunk cost.
So obviously, with the stone dog must be a basilisk.
Right. No. So.
Right.
If it's a statue of something, and it's really something. Oh, never mind.
You should use your druid powers.
No, that's
We're all
fine.
friends,
I don't
right?
have those.
So
though.
you'll bring me along, yes?
No.
To meet Lord Henway and see what this is, and so.
Are you gonna act like that when we
Are
meet?
you gonna let me have the disc?
Well, we're gonna share it.
But it'll be mine.
Let's figure out our order of operations.
If
shareable
Let's
kit.
go,
Okay, come on.
Menagerie?
raise the disc. I want to drop him off as soon as possible. I'm sorry.
Hey,
That's a fair point.
He's coming.
No offense. Offense, Melrose.
He's coming with us. He's
That's
gonna.
part of my accent.
He's gonna give us the disc. He's coming with us to the menagerie.
I don't think
yeah,
you are.
yeah, because it's
Yeah.
a menagerie.
Yeah. What,
No, we're gonna go check the discount first. Then
no,
we're
you
gonna
said yes to that.
Well, we gotta find out. Well, yes, meaning that we gotta find out the value. We'll share it all, and then go to the menagerie.
Your personality is not at all.
No.
I have been told that
You're a
before.
little too chipper to be wearing all black.
No. I'm just excited about the menagerie because as a child, you know.
Do you know someone named Toomey?
Who?
Never mind.
As a child, I used to go to the menagerie, and it was so exciting. And so, yes, sorry. I know he has just incredible creatures.
Take care of them, just take care of them. We'll run on and do our own business.
It's just a zoo. I don't understand.
No,
Does that
no,
word exist?
Not just a zoo.
Figaro, you just throw something at me.
Not just a zoo.
Oh god, he's bleeding!
Are you guys actually moving as you're?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay, this is crowded. The processional is crowded. You're almost there during midday, and to the right, as you're going through, down up the road, you can see that the processional goes through a gate in the distance with another wall that separates the city, and then beyond it is an elevated castle, this gleaming castle, in the far distance, and then beyond it, the Cairn Hills that literally come down to the walls of the castle in the north. And Bellows is like, you've all been to Greyhawk before, yes?
Nope.
Oh,
Yes.
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 Oh, well, for the rest of you,
It's our guy.
Maybe you could show me around.
over to our left here is the slum district. And to the right, they call this a thieves' quarter, but really, it's it's just really just like the really poor folk over here, and you can see it's like shacks and shambles, and then to the right you see better, higher, not quite, just modest housing. Some of them are, and they're all connected, and then some of them are well taken care of, some are not. But the slum district off to the left is, especially as you look down Old Lane and some of the the Hardbeat Street, as you pass these avenues and so forth, you can see down further into the slums, and it just looks like trash and just not well taken care of, dark alleys and so forth. some of the establishments that you pass. The Gold Digger Tavern on your left is one of the first businesses that you pass. Beyond that, on the right is the Brass Dragon Inn. And you see that there's a lot of merchants and traders and travelers that are immediately moving into this area and going to the tavern. Also on the right, you see what appears to be a chapel of some god of some sort that you may or may not have any idea who they are. I don't think this one you necessarily would. And then just beyond it, what looks like a weaponsmith's shop. And then there's a gardens, these beautiful gardens, and a very large stone building that seems way out of place. And as you pass it, Fellows just kind of looks up, we're all going to need to spend some time there. It's the bathhouse. And you see men and women, and the people that you see here are elves, half-elves. You see other tabaxi, you see dwarves, and every race that's common in the Flanaess. You see them all about. Men and women both going into this bathhouse. As you continue up the processional.
I'm going to nudge Twig a little bit. Don't you all just look for yourselves? Why would they have to go there?
She's just gonna walk away, smack him with her tail as she's walking
I'm
away.
in a hurry.
This is not hard.
That one was actually really easy to not do.
I
Yeah, that one was bad, but it is also not hard.
go about what I heard. I can't help it. I'm from.
I wish you wouldn't offend her. You're making it harder.
Still, I should
No, you,
Yeah,
No,
but mine is different.
the way it
Mine
goes.
is like,
You don't seem to like none.
you just gotta convince her. that
Hey,
she
Rabbit,
likes
question.
it.
Yes.
Do you ever make us re-up on like arrows or anything like that?
Yeah.
No, well, that's stuff that when you're in a city or village where you can buy that stuff,
used
just
an arrow?
buy it.
Yes. What the fuck? It's
I'm not gonna keep track of
You're
it.
the
You
one
guys
that
keep track
actually
of it.
swung my sword. I always used arrows.
With us passing a weaponsmith, you want to play that out. We're going to sell the stuff we have for half price.
Do you want to immediately go in there?
If we're passing it,
Yeah, there is a seat. I mean,
it's gonna do-
it looks like a weaponsmith. The name of the place is called. Let's see. I think it's T36 on the map.
Weaponsmith for the weapons and the armor. From
Yeah, that's Kern the Hammers.
that sounds dwarvish. They give good deals.
Yeah. So you want to go in?
Yeah.
All right, so you go in. There's a couple of people browsing around. It looks like your typical type of weapon shop. They only have weapons here.
I'll wait outside with the dog.
Okay. You can see that there's kind of an open area in the back. You can hear kind of the tink, 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 and smell the forging of weapons outside. Feel kind of the heat coming in through the open doorway. And there's a man, a big half-orc, that's standing behind one of the counters, just kind of with his arms crossed, just gazing at what's going on. There's a couple of younger apprentices that are in their leather smocks that are helping people out, find what they want.
Just gonna drag my rucksack in and kind of on the counter.
What you got there?
I got a few things I want to offload.
This guy's a big, muscular guy.
Yeah, so am I. You interested in reforging, or do you buy used property?
Maybe. What's your name?
No. You Kerm?
I am.
Nice to meet you. I'll sit my
He takes your hand in a firm grip.
Yeah.
Punch me in the head.
Kid,
What?
Punch me in the head.
All right.
puppet kids.
I don't question that at all.
Okay.
I'm gonna probably hit with a 17.
You do. And he goes, boom. Roll damage. What's your strength?
Well, with an unarmed strike, I
Yeah.
just do 1 plus 3, so 4.
Okay, so 4. That's pretty good. His head just snaps back. But his body doesn't move. Just, boom.
You want to do me?
My turn.
All right.
We punching each other?
Yep.
No, he hits you.
This is how they do.
Hilarious is leaning back on the box, watching through the door.
I'm fascinated.
You take 4 points of damage.
I reduce it by 3, so I only take 1.
All right, your head snaps back. You don't move either, but you're not bloodied or anything.
I don't say anything. I just give him a
Impressive.
Like that
duly
full
noted.
I'm gonna give you a deal. Show me what you got.
I'll just offload. It's all bandaged together, but it's the 6 short swords, 6 daggers, and you buy armor.
Fuck it.
It's leather. Yeah. All right. I'll take that off the wagon and hoist it all over.
What are you wearing? You're wearing chain?
I'm wearing chain, but
Yeah.
it's safe.
Okay. No, he's not asking you. I'm just, he's looks at you up and down. You know what chain's for, right? Chains for the weak, leather's for the weak ones.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm selling it.
All right. You know, you probably would have been pretty good in the pits.
Love to try some days.
Would you?
First time in town.
Would you? All right, you come see me. You come see me when you got some time. We'll go to the fucking pits.
Maybe we'll see each other.
We might. I might even sponsor you.
Be open to that notion, but we've got some business to take care of first.
So he's going to give you 30% less normal value. Player's handbook value for what you brought in.
All right.
You interested in anything special? I got, a couple
I'm
things
saving
here.
up for a split, but I'm gonna take some doing.
Fuck, you gonna do a split?
It's better than chain.
What's your plate?
Because I can't afford it, friend.
Mm.
You got
Yeah, you
$50
come see
go
me.
like a borrow.
You come see me. I'll make sure you get a deal with one of my friends.
Keep your name
Off
in
the
the
road.
road.
All right. All right.
I don't
Well,
want my accent changed all of a sudden either.
good doing business with you. And he extends his big hairy orc arm. You can see he's got some respect for you.
Do the same thing on this side too.
All right.
So how do you want me to 70% sell value?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, you can calculate it based off a player's handbook.
Give you a gold discount and divide that into 5 bags for me.
Happy to. So continuing on up the processional, you come to a small bridge that crosses what looks like a stream underneath, and note that there are the gate coming up. Seems to be another similarly contrived gate with the 2 tall towers and the wall that separates the city in half, and then multiple guards up and down and mounted, all checking people that are going into this area, not coming out, but going into. The gates are open, but beyond you can see what appears to be much more affluent structures beyond. And just to give you an idea as to some of the things you're passing in case they're of any interest to you now or down the road. And if you don't remember it, I'm not going to tell you. The fish processing warehouse is on the right. You note that right away. You can smell it as you go on. You see the White Horse Inn on the left, right before the Black Gates. And then just up on the Black Gates themselves, T17, is a shingle that says Madame Zakuruso's Rooms for Rent. And you see a few folk that are of the dubious nature that are kind of in and out of this establishment. And then, of course, looking down the road, you see all the roads are crowded. Give me the Black Gate. Again, you're confronted by a group of Greyhawk guards, soldiers, that inquire about your business beyond. Where are you headed to?
Menagerie.
We got a delivery.
Anyway?
Yeah.
Does he know you're coming?
Yep.
Should.
All right. Okay, go on. Pass through.
Sweet.
Beyond, you again are in a much nicer area of the city, comparatively. On the right, Fellows immediately looks at, Artisans District over here. And then a little bit, this first part, as we're passing on the left and the right, mainly on the right. And then the foreigners, you have full, you have halflings, and have a bit of a district over here, and the foreigners. I'm sure there's also tabaxi as well, and fine folk. It's just a nice area. You might want to visit if you like the particular different foods and drinks from other countries and so forth. Some of the places that you pass that may be of interest. On the left is a shingle that states Aiden's Exceptional Reflection Collection. A25. A11. Hallmaster's Hall, whatever that is. A shingle. On the right, Laborers Union Hall, A13. A9 is the guild station of the Night Watch. And so you can see that there are a few guards that are just kind of hanging out in this area. So it's basically a watchout. But ahead of you is the Low Market. And the procession leads right up to the Low Market. And you can see that it's very, very busy. The Low Market is kind of the main marketplace for this part of the city. And it's just crowded with various merchants and so forth. Just going to give you a flavor of what you're seeing here. The caravan trade, all the items that are brought from far away, from that are not locally grown. This is not a farmer's market. This has lots of different vendors that are selling things that are unusual. Magical or not, you don't know, but they seem to be just passing some of the kiosks, some of some very, very exotic looking items, whether they are unusual looking weapons or maybe an unusual looking armor, from a martial standpoint, to just trinkets and so forth that just look very unusual.
Anybody with potions?
Potions? Make a perception.
No.
Nope.
Okay, you don't see
Sure, you don't
one
need new dice?
immediately, but this is more of a bizarre looking place. Bizarre more than a typical market that you might see in many of the cities that you're familiar with. Moving on, the processional takes you up and across another bridge where a stream, over a stream, you see this massive pyramid-like feature over on the right, and again various locales. C4 on the right is the Black Dragon Inn, which is a large inn, seems to be very, very busy. You can hear the music from inside. F16, which you just passed on the left in the foreign district, is has a shingle outside, a little ket. Again, these are places that you may not be familiar with. F2 on the map, the Silver Dragon Inn, as you continue on. Silver Dragon seems to be a little bit more upscale than the Black Dragon Inn as you continue to the Garden Gate. Here, once again, same situation. The city's been divided again by this tall wall, towers, open gates, guards, that once again inquire as to your destination. And here they seem to be a lot more scrutiny on your group.
Menagerie.
You're immediately greeted by the captain. He comes up.
They know the drill.
Well, you don't see folk of your eclectic look.
For what it's worth, that's why Polaris has been doing the thing. He looks like a knight.
He looks like a knight.
He looks rich.
But the rest of you, probably the retinue, as far as anyone knows, perhaps.
Hello.
You go to Menagerie. Roll a persuasion.
I didn't say anything.
Just to see if...
Menagerie is their sleeper agent word.
24.
Choose. Not tonight. Fairly well. Be advised that it is very busy this time of day, and you may have to, move through the crowds. Last I looked an hour ago, the Menagerie had a line leading out the door.
What if we're delivering
Delivery, not visiting.
business, not pleasure?
Sorry, no.
I'm talking about
Sorry.
just getting
Not
through.
enough a druid.
You're going to have to get through High Market. There's no going about it. You. These 4 guards. He picks. Lead them up to the Menagerie. All right. Open the way, and 2 guards, Greyhawk guards, get in front, 2 in back, and they begin to kind of not so gently push through the crowds. You're looking at affluent people here, massive mansions. You can see the castle citadel sitting on the hill above and the road leading up to it, where the processional continues. The high market. This is a different sort of market than the bazaar that you just came through in the low market. Whereas the low market was a little bit smaller, more compact, a lot more crowded. This one has a lot of roads leading off it to the various parts of the Garden District and the High District, off to the right and left. But you see here that these are wood frame booths that look more permanent, open faced tents that are very, very vibrant in color, not so much faded. You see galleries, art galleries, impromptu art galleries that are there, hundreds of well-to-do shoppers, all in affluent, flamboyant, colorful, and for the most part, garb that are kind of moving through the market itself. It's just a maze of awnings and gracious ladies, courtly gentlemen, spending money. Lots of money is changing hands in this high market. Most of them are trailed by servants who are just laden with goods that these nobles and affluent merchants or whatever they are have bought, and they just look like beleaguered as they're carrying a piece of art and a barrel of this or something else that they bought. And there are even open tables for exotic foods that smell delicious, that you may or may not be familiar with and from this part of the world. As you continue up Wharf Road, along the southern edge of the high quarter, you wander past a long fenced-in field where a scattering of goats, let me pull that up a little bit closer, there we go. Where a scattering of goats, sheep, and cattle graze peacefully alongside other curious beasts you're unfamiliar with. Beyond the field rises a great conical building that dominates the landscape. Looking closer, the structure resembles a huge cage, at least 4 stories high, with a profusion of green vines and ferns that climb the interior. The squawk, screech, and hoot of a multitude of birds carries across the distance, growing louder with each step you take closer.
That's
H5? H2C is what you're seeing there. Can you see it? I could probably bring it.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. The spectacle of the menagerie and the accompanying aviary distract from the impressive manor that is your destination, H2A. Built in similar fashion to other estates you pass in the High Quarter, this building is constructed with a combination of gray stone, dark stained timber, with high curtained windows of emerald green fabric and grand front entrance astride which sit a pair of almost life-size statuary of great maned lions. And as you get to the doors, these double doors at the top of this stairway, the guards nod and break from formation and head back toward the gate, leaving you there facing the doors alone.
This guy has money when the road's named after him.
I guess I'll walk up to the door.
Okay. You mount the steps, walk to the door.
Open it.
Just open it? Okay.
We're coming to bring him shit. Yes, I open the door.
As you open the door, you see a long hallway inside. It's just unlocked. You open it, a long hallway inside. It's 10 feet wide, and there are short columns and little small tables, displays of all kinds of very eclectic things from all over the world, as if this is an explorer's home. And the long hallway has doors on left and right, and then it ends at a set of double doors.
Is there a bell pull or anything like that?
Not that you see.
Hello? Henway!
Moment passes. And by the way, as you're waiting, Bellows is like, you did just open the door to any manner. What if it was trapped? Fuck.
It's a house.
First time he's cursed, he's like, shit.
They trap their own.
And he's just kind of like, just backs up
I can't wait to go.
Did
to
you
this
do
temple.
good in school?
These people got too much money and time.
I know that a lot of these folk here, probably have some level of protection to guard what's inside. And at that moment, the double doors open, and a head pops out, and it's an older man. What the fuck are you doing? And he comes all the way down the hallway toward you. You knock on the. Did you knock?
Hello.
It was open. We have a delivery for Henway.
What is it? What's your names, please?
Jabal sent us.
Jabal. All right. Just stay here. All right.
All right.
Have you actually entered?
Yeah.
Okay, because he's kind of like, he's gesturing as if to push you back out the door.
I don't move back, but I look down at his
And it is an old man, and so he just plants his hands on your chest, your male chest, and he's like, "All right, just stay there, all right?"
All right.
Okay.
I didn't go inside.
Twig raises a little bit of an eyebrow.
We got a horse with a thing. That's
So he's basically blocking the door, and you guys are all kind of like clustered behind.
I'm peeking
him,
around like a
behind.
cartoon character.
Oh no, I'm back with a horse.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm back with the horse as well.
You see fellows there by Twig, just kind of.
my
He's
mission.
like, "All right, just stay."
I'm trying to play Flanaess as a knight and somebody with money, and he's like, "This is just what you fucking do."
Hey, Olsen,
Great.
you know how much you're all supposed to get for this?
That's a wonderful question. I'm not the
No.
numbers guy. That's not my thing.
Who in your party is the numbers person?
We got paid
um,
to pick up the dog. We were told we would be paid again
Does
on
he go-
delivery. Jabal
Yeah, he's walked away.
indicate
At
the
this point.
When he does, I go
That
look.
might-
Indicated
little
what?
things on the
Alright.
pillar.
It's all kind of very
Jabal
interesting
said that
things
we-
from things that
Hemingway might pay us.
You don't have to take the time, but I examine all the
just
explorers.
very
things.
eclectic, unusual things that you don't recognize, and maybe have a hint of what they
still-
are.
It just went in.
Yeah, no, I stand behind you, astounded at like as someone who is not experienced with city life. I'm like, this can't be what
not.
this is supposed to be,
not.
and I'm like, wow, this is amazing.
Well, having grown up in Greyhawk and never been in there, Twig will also go in because she would have always wanted to.
Okay.
I'm with the horse. That's our money.
Polaris will walk over to Twig and say, "Come look at this."
Bruggies with you guys.
Yeah, we're playing security.
What you do
giant-
know
a giant
is,
toad
is that
also.
We got security team and B&E team.
Yeah, I'm just casually.
what you know right
jumping
away
down.
as you're waiting for the servant to return
Sharp.
is that everything here appears to be very old. It's not new. There's a little bit of dust that oddly hasn't been cleared away by the housemaids. Some of the items appear to have been broken and maybe refitted, fixed, not in a very professional way. It all looks authentic. It just does not look well taken care of.
Anything that is not absolutely immediately apparent, Polaris is going to make up as he explains to Twig what it is.
Okay. There's just almost everything. Yeah, so. Before too long, the double doors open again, and the old man is standing there. And he's wearing the livery of Greyhawk. And he just kind of gestures. All right, bring it.
Oh, Dal,
Yeah.
we need the box.
All right. I'm getting called in.
So remember, this is about a 500-pound box.
Yeah, I'll go help him
Yeah, I
lift
get it.
because he can't. So
No.
What if you do your big?
I ain't wasting
he
it
can't
on
fit
this.
in. He'd be uncomfortable.
Then he's
With it. I'll
outside.
help you. I can.
That's not for manual labor.
We put it in three.
I'll lift the other side.
Yeah, I don't trust this fella.
Two of you can carry 500 pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, our drag is way beyond that combined.
Okay, good.
My strength is 13.
So you lift the box off and you carry it down the hallway. Through the double doors, I mean, you see what looks like a dining room. It is opulent, with the candelabras and a long table, the chairs, the high ceilings, and you can see the portraits of figures from family, perhaps. Tapestries on the walls that show, battles between dragons and knights and things like that you would appreciate right away. Lots of heraldry from around the world that is on shields and wooden frames that are on the walls and some of them on like displays and more of the eclectic stuff all over the place. And it's almost overwhelming to see. There's a few doors out of here, but he takes you through a singular door opposite, and you go through this hallway, which winds around, and there's an open door that looks like a sitting room. It's about 40 by 40. It's a big room. And it's opulently attired in the divans and little tables. Again, there's the big hearth and more paintings and tapestry and so forth. Eclectic items everywhere. Just put the box in there, if you don't mind. It's secure, yes. I see the locks on it. Everything's fine.
Yes.
Yes.
What's inside? Do you know?
I was told a dog.
A skeletal dog.
Got it. He doesn't seem surprised. All right, that's cool. That's just fine. Follow me, please. And he just asked. First, he asked you to put the box inside the room.
Yeah, me and Olsen.
Place it. All right. So he guides you to a few doors down the same hallway, and opens a door to allow you entry. And here you can see kind of the firelight flickering from inside.
Before I walk into this room, is there a fat man sitting in the corner?
Yeah.
All right. I go in.
Inside, you see another sitting room, as opulently attired as the other one, but a little bit smaller, a little bit more intimate. And on a couch sat a man, probably in his 70s, bearded, gray. He wears kind of this floppish type hat. Very old style clothing, something that's probably been out of fashion for a decade or more.
Ever.
And then next to him, sitting very, very close, a woman in her 60s, long dark hair, thinned with gray, and wearing an opulent blue gown, both of them sitting, and just very, very close. And as you enter, now as the others come in, Bob and Tubbs and
Twig has.
Renee,
You tell us. Would they follow us?
well, it's up to you what you
Tubbs and
tell
Renee
them.
are making out in a coat
They would-
closet somewhere.
Yeah. Get Tubbs Renee.
They would follow your lead.
I would ask them.
Bob, stick with the wagon.
I would ask them if they're. Are you guys sticking around the whole time we're in Greyhawk, or did you just want to escort us here?
They would have responded that they're at your disposal.
According to Jabal.
I like that.
All right, we'll keep you on then.
Actually, it's Zeb. He thought, there'd be 5 of us here for you, but
Well, Bob, why don't you stay with the wagon? Make sure nobody steals it. Stay awake.
all right, but I'm going to eat your food. I'm going to eat it.
All of it?
Well, some of it.
Renee, stay with the wagon. The rest of you are with us.
Oh, Sean.
So Wob and Tubbs come with you.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I'm hungry.
Yeah. Well, you played your hand.
Renee just makes eyes at you as you walk away, like Guinevere, and longingly looking.
But as you enter, Tubbs and Wobs are a little, you can see it's a little awkward. Should we stay out here? Should we stay in the hallway? And, just,
I feel
Sure,
awkward too.
Watch the door.
all right, yeah, that's a good idea.
Fine.
They seem very uncomfortable. The rest of you enter?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. As you do, the older couple, they stand and they're immediately announced from behind by the liveried doorman. Says, Lord Henway, Lady Henway, receiving you.
Lord Henway, Jabal sends his regards.
What have you brought me?
A box with a dog.
What kind of dog?
I don't know.
They would
Animated
be.
skeletal dog.
That.
It's being kept still in the box for now.
It bit me really hard.
Yes, we trapped it unharmed inside of the box. It is currently swaddled in a tent.
He looks over at Lady Henway. Enrolled.
Monroe.
Very well. I guess I owe you some money. He almost seems at the point of falling asleep. Lady Henway is like right next to him, kind of like holding his arm. "Oh, here's some money." And he just nods to the servant, who leaves and comes back in a moment with a bag. It's got 500 gold in it.
And
Take the bag.
the key to the box.
Oh yeah. There's a key.
It's locked and it's 4 locks, keeping it closed.
All right.
He has the one with the hat has the key.
The doorman walks over, the presumed doorman
Yes.
walks over to take the key.
Can I make an insight check on Sleepy Henway?
Sure.
Oh, that's good.
Ooh, 14.
14. Yeah, it's better than average. he seems.
What are you inciting?
Your
Yeah,
insight's
what
higher
are
than
you
that.
inciting?
Whether
exactly?
he's old and sleepy or something else.
It's 10 smarter than you.
Just want to see maybe why he seems so tired. If it's just because he's tired, or
He's 70.
no, I know. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
he's
damn.
he's probably closer to his 80s, quite frankly. He's quite old. He's still got as he stands, you can see that he's still got a short sword in a scabbard at his side. He's not wearing armor. And the Lady Henway doesn't have any armor at all. But she is wearing a little bit of jewelry. But he, with that 14, he just seems tired.
Sure. Yeah.
For whatever the reason is, maybe his age, maybe something else, who knows, but maybe an illness. But he just nods. Where will you be staying in the city?
Silver Dragon.
No, there's nice accommodations.
The only name he remembered coming through town.
Well, it will also be fitting your station, although probably expensive, as you would probably know. But
There was
but
also
yeah,
the Black Dragon.
Silver Dragon.
Other side.
That's more mine.
Polaris wouldn't have noticed the black.
That's why I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a grand inn, grand inn indeed.
Classist.
It has 3 restaurants inside it. Speak to Olaf and tell him I sent you. He'll give you a nice discount. May have some more work for you if you're interested. We have things coming in all the time.
What
Lady-
sort of work?
What you've done, facing down creatures I might find amenable to our menagerie, aviary.
You all right, Lord Henway?
No, I'm fine.
Even for a man of your respectable age, you seem a little.
Lady Henway immediately just steps forward. He's fine. He's just tired. He's working on a project. We're working on a project, a new project, and it's quite stressful. And so it's none of your concern. But if you are interested in further work, you're staying at Silver Dragon Inn, you say, we'll be in touch in the next day or so, and perhaps we'll have some other interesting creatures for you to help track down for us. Right, dear? Yes, exactly.
Send a message to the Silver Dragon and the Black Dragon, just in case some of us are not so financially gifted as our friend.
With what we just provided you should be able to
We
afford
have-
whatever you
we have a
like.
whole bag.
I'm not wasting it on the inn.
What are you gonna waste it on?
Not sleeping. It's a mattress is a mattress.
Thank you all. Lady Henway is like, thank you all. We
Good
hope
day.
to see you again soon.
All right.
Thank you. Immediately, you see.
One last thing before we leave, Lord Henway. My friend in the black is a big fan of yours. Is there any
Fellows.
way he could see the menagerie before we go?
Fellow's just wide-eyed, just taking in every second. Just it's like he's got to pee really bad. He's just like shaking.
Is he vibrating silently?
Henway, Lord Henway just kind of gestures without saying much, and his manservant produces these tickets that are of cheap paper, really thin, and it's a handful of them. There you are. It's about
Thank,
12, 15 of them in there.
thank you.
Does he comment on the giant toad sitting in his living room right now?
Do you bring it in with you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, he's a little bit bleary-eyed.
You seem
He's
bigger.
taking you all in,
Yeah.
but he doesn't seem to find this unusual or unnatural. This is all,
Yeah.
and you can catch a glimmer of interest in his eyes as he sees you all as, compatriots and adventuring explorers. You kind of get that vibe.
Flanaess will give each of us a ticket. He'll keep 2 for him and 2 for Twig in case we come back later without
How thick are you laying that, my friend?
very.
Are we leaving the room now?
Yeah,
If you-
we're
yeah.
headed out.
Yeah, we're.
As we're leaving. So, I like playing my cards straight, especially with people that are going to be watching each other's backs. Flanaess and I were not on this mission with you. How are we deciding to divide this up? Because this was not our quest, and I don't feel right taking the money without asking permission.
Oh, well, I'm fine with cutting you out.
I bet you are.
I'm of the opinion.
I've heard that about your people.
Hey.
I'm of the opinion that the last half, including the battle,
It had nothing to do with the dog. I didn't even know what was in there.
but we were there for it. A half share would be fine.
I would agree with a half share, but it's up to them. It's their reward. I'm just trying to be fair.
I'm just saying you have money for a decent pet.
I am wasting. I'm gonna sleep on the streets for free.
What is your
After
your goal with us now?
Well, I don't think we have anywhere else to go. I don't want to speak for my friend here, but
We've been told to go out into the world and find ourselves.
Well,
a few days on the road
How is
together.
that? Yeah, for you.
my
Well, so far I've found a certain part of myself.
immediately turns to Dolph.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if Twig cares for me much,
no,
but I feel
that's
like I've
fine.
gotten along with both of you just fine.
my opinion on the circumstance is that we did suffer the majority of this journey.
I agree with
Our
that.
original people. However, if you're going to continue to stay with us, I'm not against the half share as a meaning of good beginnings
And also-
a welcome to our group.
And half share in a way, like half of the journey back to the dog.
I appreciate that, and I am amenable to that if all of you are.
Is that
Twig,
okay, Twig?
you also get a say, of course.
Sure.
Appreciate your.
So what is that?
You were so
I'll
friendly to all these
figure it out.
strangers we met, and I just feel like you.
That's
She
50.
has a habit of that. It's weird. To us, it's
Yeah.
much more cold, and then,
Oh, I know what they call it. They call that the bipolar.
yeah, maybe, yeah, sure.
I've heard that about her people.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
Big Road just flips things by
That was like
accident.
such a clean arc.
It was. So that's 50,
50,
and then that's.
133.
I was gonna say you get one. I'll get 134 to Twig. Twig can have the extra
Sure.
gold. It makes you feel better. And then 133 to.
And
I'm gonna lose mine on the next horse cart we get in anyway.
I did post it in Discord, but I split up.
Yeah, I'm putting-
Camille really did the money,
I'm
but
putting this there too.
yeah. So it's 18 gold, 4 silver, 8 copper from the armor and weapons we sold. Each.
How much?
Each.
Silver.
18 golds, 4
It's,
silver, 8 copper.
it's in Discord. You can look it up
Yeah.
whenever.
I just want to make sure we touch base on it.
Sweet.
Okay, so we get back to the wagon.
All right, so as you get back outside, the doorman has not accompanied you. As you get outside, you realize that Fellows is not with you.
He stayed with the doorman.
Apparently,
Nice.
stay within the house,
He still has the artifact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still has the thing.
but the doorman
Well,
hasn't
he's-
come out. Come.
This thing,
Company you are.
I don't think he's just in there oohing and awing. I'm worried that he's doing something he's not supposed to.
Yeah.
Polaris will sigh loudly and turn around and walk back
I will
into the
also
house.
turn back
Yeah.
and walk back into the house
Yeah, I
and
think
immediately see if
Uninvited.
I can see him.
All right, so as you go down the hallway, open the double doors, you find the grand dining room. Fellows and the doorman are coming through the other door, and they're just walking casually together.
Are any of them adjusting their clothing?
But they just
Hair's a
they
little
walk and get. Oh, fellas, oh, sorry. I just had to say a word to Lord and Lady Henway. And congratulate them on the wonderful menagerie. And he gave me a contact at the Guild of Wizardry that might help us in our endeavor to identify this unusual artifact that we found for ourselves. See, had you met me after you received this gold, I might have been cut out completely. But now I guess I'm not. And we have a nice contact at the Guild of Wizardry itself that I'm sure will help us tremendously because of Lord Henway and his generosity.
And we're going there now, or you're handing me the disc until we all can go?
No, I say we all should go together right now. Wouldn't you?
Insight check.
Yes, of course.
Cool, thank you. There we go, that's good. 18.
Okay, what are you inciting?
I'm trying to see, like, is he being, like, does he seem like he's hiding what he was talking
Does he have a
about with
crush on
them?
He hasn't really talked about that other than saying that, what he said. You don't
Like, was there something he left out of that explanation with the Lord and Lady?
probably.
Yes.
But it doesn't, his nature is not devious.
It's more mischievous, if anything.
Not even that. It's
Curious.
I think you're just suspicious.
I am incredibly
he's
suspicious.
you always get that curious vibe out of him, but
Remember,
a little bit of starstruck,
Right.
but nothing mischievous or devious that you can determine, even with that
Forgot
roll.
about that.
Yeah.
So shall we go now,
I'm
please?
I thought it was him.
Yes, let's go now.
So all of you, taking the cart with you?
Should we set?
We're going to
Want
get
to
the
set
thing
up a
for you,
scene
Brennan?
to drop off the horse?
Up to you.
Sure.
Sure.
As we're walking back though through the market, Twig's gonna buy some kind of expensive sweet from one of those stands.
Okay, so yes, it's very easy to find some confections, and it is expensive as this area is. The affluent nature of it, looking at all these incredible mansions and buildings all around you, the elevations that continue to climb up to the castle, with some of the mansions up there as well as what looks like a garrison, where soldiers would be housed up near the castle. You find these like apricot treats. They're a little bit sticky, and you get a dozen of them for a silver, and they put them nicely in a wooden box with a slide top, and it's got like this burned, emblazoned logo, perhaps, but it's just a name, but it's done really artistically, and it says Fabiaries.
She would buy that, and if there's any tea, she would buy some.
Okay, yep, tea,
Some.
absolutely. Again, tea is kind of purchased by, in like a bulk bag, tea leaves, basically. Mm-hmm. And that'd be another 2 silver, or you can get really expensive and get up into gold.
No, she would just use the silver, 2 silver.
Okay.
I am gonna go to Polaris, and I'm gonna walk behind him and be like, hey. So I know you seem very, very, not even trusting, just not suspicious of this Fellows guy. But when I used my druid power, and I sensed something of, do you know what a fae is?
Or
Yeah, I sensed something like that. And as I know these two, and I'm pretty sure you're not, my only suspicion is that it either came from the box, the disc that he now has, or him. So there just maybe something to look out for.
he'll look around. If he's Fae, you don't have to worry. They can't lie.
Right, yeah. No, I mean, well, see, but if it's not him, and it's the item he has,
Then it was created by Fae. Yeah, either way, he can't lie to us, or it's a powerful magic.
I'm nodding along with everything you're saying. Yeah, that's right.
right, I'm gonna sense a losing battle, and I'm just... Right.
So basically, Fellows is leading you right now, correct?
To the whatever, the Wizard University.
The
blah,
Wizards
blah.
Guild.
Yeah,
Hall.
that.
Right, okay.
Would the silver dragon be on the way?
No, it's not actually. He's leading you through the High Market and then down High Street, which is...
With our horse and empty cart?
Yeah, kind of like parallel to the Garden Gate. And you see this this impressive structure. It's one of the most impressive structures in Greyhawk. It's a 6-story ziggurat of non-native stone that looks as if it might have been scooped from the jungles of the south. And you see this wide case of short stairs that ascends the ziggurat's first 4 stories to a flat roof, sporting 2 additional square levels. Along the stair, at the 1st and 3rd levels, are pairs of massive black adamantite gates that are closed. And you don't see them opening as you approach. And it's H13 that you are walking up toward.
I don't think we can see
that's
it
not
yet.
on our map.
Oh. So just off the high street, your the hilltop
There it is.
lane. Okay,
We're
there
right
we
down the street.
go.
Oh, look, it's ziggurat.
Someone spent a lot of money on that.
Ireland, save the horse.
I don't like it.
Are we
I
still?
don't like it either.
No.
And it's not as busy up here. There's people like looking at you oddly. To give you an idea of what's around you, H7 on the map is these are the guard barracks, and you can hear the jingle of armor. You can see soldiers that are just kind of relaxing nearby. 8, 9, and 10. 8 is another night watchman's guild station. 9 seemed like they're the courts here. The high courts are here, and 10 is the city jail called the Gale, and then you're passing another building off to the right, 819, which seems to be a residence of some sort, and then of course there's the ziggurat, H13 that rises above you.
They got money.
And then over the main entry, you see a symbol of 3 golden triangles, one over the other. The middle one thin, the outer one's missing a part in the 2 upsided lines. Surrounding the triangles is a magical circular swirl, and in the center, the golden, lightly glowing letters GW, Guild of Wizardry. And there are what appears to be acolytes and some affluent folk that are passing back and forth through these double doors that are closed until they're not just left open. And Fellows points toward the entry. That's where we need to go.
I'll start walking towards the gates.
I guess I will too. I feel like we should all stick together for this one.
Twig, you do finger waggly stuff. Do you want to come?
Yes.
Yeah. Hirelings with the cars.
You guys
Yeah.
watch stuff. The
Let's just
horses
bring
in
them.
the cart.
The 3, okay.
Box and the artifact with us.
They seem more than willing. They're looking around. I mean, these 3 are very uncomfortable. They're dressed in armor. They're not
Polaris will not.
kind of dirty,
I'll look much
Tell-
more comfortable.
Polaris looks open. He's like, nah, politely.
Renee takes Hubs and then pulls him down into the cart that's heavily obscured.
So here you knock.
Here I knock. Here I knock.
Yeah.
I'm dumb. I'm not stupid.
We're not trying to end up in.
It takes a moment, but the door kind of opens and you see this acolyte in basically white robes. Then it's this young fellow. Come in.
I'll push the door open and walk in.
And he walks back and sits down at a desk just inside the entryway. Can I help you?
He wants to talk to you.
And Fellows walks in like he owns the place.
Oh shit.
He just walks in. Hello. We're here to see Kieran. And the young boy at the desk, his eyes kind of widen.
Yeah, once again astounded, because again, don't know how this works, but that can't be it.
No.
That's not correct.
I'm with you on this one.
Yeah,
Here,
no,
Polaris. Polaris is like, he wants you.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
not. That can't be right.
Kieran, what's your name? Fellows. These are my fellows. My name is Fellows.
Not really.
Not set in
No.
stone.
That's not the name we're going with, man.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
He seems kind of
No.
downcast
No.
at that.
Vetoed.
Let me, well, what's this about?
Magic.
Lord Henway sent this.
Oh, that. Yeah.
And he pulls out the disc. It's about this. He doesn't seem impressed by the artifact that's brought out. Obviously, he doesn't know what it is.
So I still have the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
In your barrel.
The box.
Yes.
You want to take the
Lord
box?
Henway send you.
Right.
All right, just a moment. And he just closes his eyes, puts his hands to his temple, and opens them again. All right, so we wait.
See you on the wall.
In the meantime, acolytes are coming in. You're in this great hall. Great hall underneath this ziggurat. It's completely white. It's about 60 feet from wall to wall. There are hallways and doors going off, and it seems like it goes on and on and on, further than you could imagine this ziggurat. I mean, the ziggurat's huge, but it just seems longer than
Bigger
possible.
on the inside.
That's what she said.
And then suddenly his eyes open and he just kind of jolts. Oh. And he seems shocked. She'll see you. And he stands up and motions for another young acolyte to come take his place, and he leads you down this hallway.
Okay.
Was this place made for giants, or why is it so big?
Money.
Yeah.
Who are you asking?
No one in general.
I think
was
he's just
kind of
talking out
saying it.
loud.
Yeah, the acolyte's not paying attention. He's just like leading you. He's got his nose held high and he's just
I mean,
walking.
you have the ability to fit it right in, right?
Yeah, if
So
I wanted
that's what
to.
you do once.
I know he's
Even then, it's still too much space.
Various acolytes going in and out, different doors and down different hallways. You get further and further down the hallway, and then he suddenly stops and makes a left through a single door. And here you see two figures. Very, very tall, taller than all of you, at least 8.5 feet tall. Very thin.
We'll see.
They're wearing cloaks. They're wearing cloaks that conceal their identity as to what race they might be. All the way down, white cloaks, and they're standing very still. And they stand just two of them, one on each side. What appears to be a portal. Kieran will see you now. And he gestures toward the boy. Gestures toward the portal. Fellows immediately starts to walk. I can't believe this. We're going to see the master of the guild of wizardry. It's incredible. He starts to hyperventilate.
Is it just like genuine happiness, or is it like with like?
Roll perception
Sure.
or insight.
Sure.
Whichever one's better.
Polaris, I'm starting to
Polaris will
feel.
follow him.
I feel like we're in over our heads here, brother.
Absolutely.
No.
5.
Oh boy.
He's happy as can be.
He's a happy fellow. He goes through the portal.
He just seems
Disappears.
I know.
The
See.
young man just stands there, almost bored.
Polaris follows right behind him.
Right.
Could do I have any, as I try to go through, do I have any way of recognizing
You
what kind
know
of
this is
creatures?
a bad idea.
I do, yes. Or
roll
possibly
Arcana.
Bright green. They're bright green.
I think that's just a flat one.
Flat one?
That's a 12.
Oh, 12. No idea.
Cool.
I go in
through.
after.
You don't see weapons on them. You don't see armor. They're just cloaked and they're really tall.
I don't
Thin.
see weapons and armor, and it's a wizard store. That
No,
would be.
no, they're not weapons.
But-
No weapons or armor. Just
Yeah.
white cloaks, very, very thin,
Are they
tall.
statues or are they?
Oh no, they didn't seem to be statues.
Fuck.
Seem to be. I mean, you see the slight wavering once in a while. I mean, who knows?
Once more, my friend.
Who else is going through?
Twig,
Polaris went through.
Twig's gonna eat one of the apricot cakes in case it's the last chance she gets, and then she's gonna also go through the
Yeah,
portal.
I'm just gonna get my deck of cards up my sleeve just in case and head through the portal.
Down
Okay.
outside door.
Yeah, Dow, Olsen, you're still out, right?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at you, like.
I don't know. Fucking know.
I mean, Polaris went through, so I got to now, but I'm not happy about it.
That front, but like, it's not like he puts too much thought into what he does.
No, clearly not.
You can't argue with me on that one. I know I haven't known him for very long, but I'll go if you go.
Like thinks he's old. Man,
wait. Yeah, that's not. We don't have time to talk.
I really don't want to. But I will.
Best things about Polaris is
All right.
it doesn't matter.
Nice meeting you, Olsen, and I'll fist bump you as I
Yeah.
walk through.
I'll go in. I go in right behind him.
No.
Shit, Kieran's a he. So you're all going?
Him, me,
All right.
Groggy.
So through the portal, as first you immediately come out, you see Fellows just on his knees.
Oh, shit.
Hands forward. As the first thing you see, kind of just, in supplication. Another long hallway, but this is not white. It's kind of this golden sheen. It's kind of shimmery. The walls don't look like they're solid. There are what looks like wavering portals here and there. And at the end of this, maybe 60 feet down, you see this dais raised, several steps, and a throne-like chair, and a figure sitting there. He's tall, heavyset, handsome, blonde. Not old, as you might perhaps expect. If Fellows is telling the truth, this is the master of the Guild of Wizardry. And Kieran is 60 feet away, on his knees, crouched, just looking up.
Flanaess will walk around him and walk down the hall.
Okay. And as you approach,
We'll stop at a respectful distance. It's a wizard.
how far do you go? You have 60 feet.
Power would kill.
He'll stop at 40.
Okay, all right. The rest of you follow?
I don't go past the guy kneeling on the ground
Fellows?
for him.
Okay.
Yeah,
And Fellows is like,
Hello.
I'll kneel down.
Wait, so there's Fellows, and then there was the Acolyte who was further in?
no, the Acolyte hadn't come through. The
Okay,
Acolyte
cool,
stayed
thought
out.
so.
So just Fellows on the ground, 60 feet away from the throne figure. Polaris walks past, another 40 feet, about 20 feet away from the throne figure. Nothing has happened at this point. Fellows is like starting to get up uncertainly and just calls forward. Guildmaster Jelusian, my name is Fellows. I'm a student at the university, and Lord Henway suggested that I speak to you. Thank you for seeing us, by the way. These are my friends, all my friends here. The druid and the knight and the tabaxi and the tall hat trickster fellow. We're all friends.
I'm chopped liver.
And I bought this disc, and Lord Henway thought that you might know what it is. The hand comes swooping forward, takes the disc, and then starts to go back toward the seated figure.
Is it a magical spectral hand?
It is.
It's like one of those grapple hooks.
I didn't know if his arm reached out or...
No, I meant one of those like.
This figure still hasn't said a word, and then this like echoing, deep bass that like from afar. Have a seat. And chairs appear. Pop, 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 pop. One for each of you, 6 of them.
My chair near me or back there?
No, it's like right behind you. And all of them are
of
like
us,
in a
yeah,
row.
all of us.
So all of you have to like move up to where Polaris
Oh, no
is
problem.
Oh man.
to take these. And these are
How'd you get it
comfortable,
right?
padded.
I'll sit in
Cheers.
the center chair.
How far? How
The
close?
center out of
How
6.
close did you go?
I sit on the end so Bruggy can be next.
Oh.
Okay.
No, he stays back there. He doesn't get a chair.
I'm standing behind my chair, leaning my arms up on the back of it.
Okay. And the
I've
voice.
spun mine around and I'm sitting okay.
The man has retrieved this artifact, not holding it, the hand, the spectral hand still holding it in front of him, and he sits there. It hasn't moved. Everything just seems to be wavering all around.
Yeah, come sit. This is why we're here.
I'm good. I don't know. The chair appeared out of nowhere. I don't know if it's gonna grab me.
It might.
Thank you, Hank Hill.
How cool would that be?
That was
Eyes glowing.
Boomhauer. Thank you very much.
The figure on the throne, eyes glowing, is peering at the, not paying attention to any of you guys, just peering at this disc quietly. Then he looks up. Henway must put some great value to spend favor. It's an important disc. I've not seen one in a very long time.
Is it from the Temple of Elemental Evil?
Yeah.
Don't know where it's from. And it's just echoing through this chamber. The Disc of Fair Travels. A wondrous item. Protective holy object of Orlangan.
That sounds like someone.
God of Travelers.
God of travel.
Specifically geared toward those who travel by the Azure Sea.
I told you had my book.
And you see a scroll appear, and then in this illuminated writing, it starts to write. Just, you don't see a plume, you don't see a quill, nothing. It just, writing appears on this scroll. Instructions on how to use it.
Oh, convenient.
And then the scroll curls up and inside the tube. Are you all sitting in your chairs at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, except for him.
Okay. Keep to your studies, fellows. I know your name now. I'm aware of you. I'll be looking in on you. You have some gumption. Fairly well. All of you disappear except for Dal, who's sitting there on his chair.
I
by
knew there
himself.
was something
All the
funky about
chairs were
these
gone.
chairs.
Everybody's gone. All the
What
chairs
about
gone. You guys
Bruggy?
appear back at the portal. At the entrance to the
So you
portal.
and Bruggy are in that
Yeah.
room because Bruggy's not on a chair.
The frog's with me.
Yeah.
This is awkward.
That's so funny, actually.
Are you gonna do something?
He's just staring forward.
Do I just walk out the way I came, or
Have a seat.
can we get the disc back? Or
Oh, he sent the disc and the scroll. It's gone. He didn't.
Okay.
You don't see it in his
One
hand.
last-
He didn't have it.
all right, let me just make sure the frog gets. Just hold your horses there for a second. I'm just gonna put Bruggy on the chair first.
You gonna lift the frog
Yeah.
out of the chair?
How heavy is this frog?
I'm gonna try to guide him the best I can without lifting him and be like, here, kind of straight.
Yeah, there's only one chair.
Yeah, get on
The
the
chairs disappeared.
I can't leave him.
As you're trying to do this, another chair appears, but larger, and it's got kind of a sloping ramp. And you hear this,
Is that for me or for him?
and just laughter.
I'm gonna assume that's for. All
And
right.
it's like, it has some laughter as you're talking and babbling and trying to do whatever. He's not sitting in the chair, just trying to work this whole situation out. You disappear and suddenly arrive.
All right, we got through it together.
And the disc and the.
I
and
wanna
the
make sure
scroll
we're back
are
okay.
on the
All
ground
right.
before you.
Thanks, man.
Pick him up.
That guy was weird.
Fellows is like, oh my god, that was incredible.
Put those away.
We're gonna sell that? We're gonna sell that, right?
Plate armor?
What?
How are you wearing plate armor?
I'm not yet because
Oh, okay.
I'm level 3.
No, sure. I thought you were just always kind of reaching into
No,
plate
one
armor.
day.
Like, wow.
No, one
That's our
day.
chainmail.
Yeah.
That's gonna be worth a lot. Let's go sell it.
Why would we
Oh.
sell it?
Well, because, I mean,
He gave us scrolls for how to use it.
yeah, but, I mean, I've got to get my cut now, right?
140 gold. Or you can hang out with us for a while.
Where are you going?
The Temple of Elemental Evil.
What the fuck was that? That was like a cut to black, and like we'll see it season 2, folks.
How about we let one of our two more arcane gifted people? I think. I don't know. Look at it.
That's so funny.
All right, well, let's see what it does. Show me the scroll so I can read it.
Read the scroll, or is it just
It's
our...
in common.
As he open, I'm gonna look over your shoulder to read it. Just
Oh, I'll turn.
awesome.
It's just instructions on what to do.
Yeah, so basically what it says is that to activate it, you mount it in the prow of a ship.
Oh,
You say a brief prayer to Farlangan, spoken aloud, and for the next 24 hours, that ship is protected from pirates and other sea raiders. Now,
sell it.
that only extends so far. That doesn't mean that. Well, that's what it says. It said.
Can I make a roll to get the rest of it?
Does it say it's one-time use, or does it say like you can, or can you like keep using it?
No, it can be
Sounds like it's just fixed to the ship, and then you make your prayer.
as long as it's fixed on the ship.
As long as it's fixed on the ship and you pray every day.
One time. Or no, every day, every 24
Yes.
hours, yes.
Yeah, I'd say we go to the docks and sell it. Get rid of this guy over.
We
good.
don't just go to docks. We go to the best ship.
Oh, Dal, you go to the docks.
Hey, now that we've done that thing, what do
Are we sure he doesn't know Tam?
You have to go to a shop that specializes in moving magical artifacts and items and so forth. Right?
We assume you know where that shop is.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Well, at least one that will give us a decent price for it.
We did pass Aiden's exceptional collections of whatever. Is what it says. I mean,
That's-
Twig would know
all
where
of
to.
that's on the
Twig would
side.
know where to sell it.
Twig is from this city.
Yeah.
Well,
He is
if
back
he were
there.
going to if she were going to sell it in through the underground, right?
She would want to sell it.
More of a
wherever
black
they were
market.
Gonna make the most money.
But I don't know if she would she necessarily know where. I mean, this is more because her background is street wise, right? Criminal.
Criminal spy.
Okay, so yeah. All right, so you might have an idea, but okay, so there are a number of different avenues that might move this object. Whether or not you choose the way of the black market, or just to sell it outright to somebody that deals in this trade. Now you know of different places, but you may not necessarily know the best place. So there can be some roles in that. But which kind of way? I mean, if you guys are intent on selling it, what avenue would you like to take?
I think we should see what we're going to do next before we see if we're going to sell it. What if it's useful?
I'm not getting on a ship.
Yeah, me either.
Right, never mind.
Why? What if our next job for
What if the Temple of Elemental
Henway.
Evil?
Why? We just got off and traveled on the road for 3 straight days. I'm ready to settle down for a little bit.
Well, he said he's going to contact us in a couple of days, but what if he sends us someplace that needs a ship to get there?
I just want money.
This
to be
is my
honest with
question,
you.
and no offense to you guys, but the original guys who I was traveling with, we did what we were doing.
Didn't you kill off 2/3 of them or something?
No, we didn't do that. Hey, you know what?
That was a little.
You might be a little bigger than me, but
That was a little
mind
insensitive.
yourself there, bud.
Hilarious.
Just wondering.
We've done what we were originally put together to do. What's our move?
Yeah, you've completed your objective. You've gotten.
You know, I
the-
wanted to ask you for a while. Why? How come you stayed with us? You know, you know. I
For
don't know.
the money.
Sure. But why are you still? You know, you could leave now if you want.
Could, but we just have this thing we could sell for a lot of money.
Right.
What happens after that?
That's what he's asking.
Whatever makes me more money.
Cool. Noted.
Yeah, I respect the fact that I know where she stands.
Yeah. No, I mean she's certainly honest.
Shall we put it to a vote? I mean, Polaris and I haven't been part of your group for very long, but
I'm fine with whatever the outcome is.
I
Okay.
think
Jabal set us out to find our way in the world and gain some experience in whatever it is. So here we are. I got nothing else to do. I'll hang around.
Sure. Yeah.
same.
I want to make a name for myself here.
I guess I will
You
too.
have a name.
No.
Oh right. Yeah.
Yeah, but how many people
This was a private
At
huddle.
least 8.
Not enough.
I'm pretty sure you were told you have studies to do.
Yep.
I
Might
do,
need to,
but how
might need to
often?
open your first book.
Yes, but
Book
I
is
mean,
on fashion.
but I mean, this is the first time I mean, aside from the folk that followed me to their detriment, they weren't quite as skilled as all of you. Now, I, of course, the most skilled of all of them, managed to survive. They,
So you ran, right?
You ran.
Yeah.
well,
Sometimes discretion is the better part of valor. I think you should stay with us.
I would like
I
to.
think you should stay in school. Maybe read your first textbook.
I've already spent a whole year at the university.
We've
This-
got
I
a
have
lot of
another
stuff to vote on
so-
tonight.
And you still think you swap out cantrips, huh? All right.
Well,
What's the most powerful thing you can do?
I still think he's.
I mean, what'd you have in mind?
Just what's the most powerful, mind-blowing thing you can do? What are you capable of? You have to think about it. It's not a good
soul and
plan.
fire. I can
That's
cast.
pretty powerful.
I can
but
cast a
on a
bolt of
fire.
electricity through your body. I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't do that.
I'm not worried in the least.
Yeah, so, I mean, those are some of the... I can watch. Watch this. He turns invisible. He disappears.
All right.
And then
well,
you hear him speaking. Can you see me? Can you see me? And you feel this poking.
I swing around immediately.
Feel this poking on your
that's
on your chest.
impressive, right? I don't know. You two are the experts.
If you want to try and like hit him, you can roll
I can't do that.
I can't do it either.
an attack with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. You hit.
Yeah, 16.
I think you should
You
come.
do manage to kind
I
of
can
cuff him.
swing like a backhand.
Yeah,
out
it's
as I'm like,
And you feel the impact as you go, oh, what are you doing?
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know something like yeah.
And then boom, and then he appears again.
All right. Should we take a vote on? Well, A, let's vote on if we're staying together as a group, and then B, if he will
I vote.
be included in that group.
There's a lot of voting.
Well,
Now you guys are still standing in front of the portal, and the kid is the acolyte's just like standing there.
he'll be fine. All in favor of staying together, say aye.
Right?
Aye.
Hi.
Wow, that was
That
convincing.
guy really took it.
It's not out of character.
I think
All
we're
right.
going to be great friends, Twig.
Think twice if you need help.
I know you want to make money, but why don't you want to make money with people you seem to like better than us?
Maybe this is how much Tabaxi can like people.
Right, yeah, thanks, man.
That's pretty how much I can like people.
Well, no, that's not at all true. You seem to like almost everyone we come across a lot more. Literally, almost everybody we come across.
Small people,
Did she like the people that died?
children people.
Yeah, actually, she seemed to, yeah.
No.
Well, one of them was a little.
One of them a
older.
little more than the other, but
Yeah.
you know.
I'm not smart enough to put the pieces together yet, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. All right. All in favor of this feller here?
Already voted.
Damn it.
Hi.
He voted to stay with us.
Meat shield.
I'm the meat shield.
The minute she says that, I go, oh, all right.
Oh yeah, that.
He's like, no.
All right.
All right, it's unanimous.
And then we are together.
You're in the group, fellows.
It's a fit.
Wonderful.
for now.
I feel so better. And if you want to sell the item, or I have suggestions, but if you want to keep it for adventures, we could do that as well.
I vote we keep it for adventures.
It's too
Never know
specific.
when we might be on a ship.
That's true, but I vote we sell it.
How about
How about if I just send out a message to my network and find out what it might be worth before we decide?
that's exactly what I'm saying.
That is a good plan.
You have a network?
I would have a contact here that would be able to
Okay.
do some digging for me.
All right.
All right.
Well, how about we?
You have contacts here?
No, I never been here. You know that. We grew up together, dipshit.
You think Wob has contacts here?
Wob.
I don't think any of us have ever left divers.
I've left out.
When?
To be in a monastery sheltered from the
It
world,
was a temple,
a temple.
not a monastery.
I don't know the difference.
And it wasn't sheltered, it was training.
Tomato, tomato.
We should go get room.
You'd slap
Yep.
your fist.
No, I don't think so.
I'm going to the Black Dragon.
All right, and if all else fails, we'll go to Malden and Ellen Derry's shop and find out what they would give us for us. But of course, our tabaxi friend here, Twig, might have even better options. So of course, we should go with her options first.
Why don't you give it to Polaris to hang on to?
So
Blair's
Dragon's
already
giving
took
us
it.
a discount.
Okay, good.
He's got it
We have
in
the
the
names
way.
guy. Got a discount there.
At the silver?
Yeah.
All right, fine, I guess.
So,
If it's more than a gold, I'm not banned.
I will pay for your room if it comes to it.
So you're going to Silver Dragon?
Viciously nice of you.
yes. So I'm going to help you out with something, fellows.
Yes.
Good.
All right.
Plus, it-
I can't speak for all of them because some of them I've only recently met. But I do know a couple of us are not always the nicest people in the world. When you have information like We can go sell this at Malden and Ellis' shop. Don't say that out loud, because then we don't need to keep you alive anymore. We can just go sell it at Malden and Ellis' shop.
But we're friends. I mean, I don't know about the druid over here, but I mean, we're friends.
No, we're not friends yet. We just met you.
This is Tan's
He
brother.
seems downcast.
Oh gosh.
It's Tan's long lost brother.
Do you happen to have a brother who works as a barkeep and divers?
No,
You mean Toomey?
no.
To me.
That's why earlier I was like, you know Toomey? Because I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But you're paying for the inn, right? I mean, we're a group. You're paying for the inn from our proceeds, yes? Because I mean, I have no money.
You were offered 140 gold and you turned it down.
Yes, but now I am a stake owner and a valuable artifact.
Twig will toss him 1 gold because she got an extra gold.
He catches it. Oh, thank you. Puts it away.
All right, to the Silver Dragon it is.
All right.
F2.
Have you stayed at the Silver Dragon before,
Sunk
fellow?
my bath.
No, I've only stayed at the
I've never been. I'm super uncomfortable.
the university.
You and me both, brother.
Art.
So the Silver Dragon Inn, this is a grand inn in the Foreign Quarter. It is often, you see new arrivals here that are clearly new arrivals. The prices seem to be average, but the servings are pretty big. And you note that the spicy bean recipes of the South, to the seafood delicacies of the wild coast, to the rice and vegetable concoctions made across the plains of Flanaess, every manner of food and every means of preparation seem to be available here. And is a very, very eclectic group of races, mix of races here. Again, it's foreign district, not just human, but the demi-humans as well. And it's huge. 3 stories. The first floor, there's a restaurant. There's a cellar with signs of another restaurant with different specialties of frying, grilling, baking. The second floor, there is a vast drinking hall. And it's always crowded with dwarves and halflings, ruddy barbarians, dusky sailors from the river quarter, nomads clad in furs, other nomads in turbans, half-orcs, squinting mercenaries from unknown distances, tabaxi. There's a few here, a couple here and there, that just kind of note your passing and nod, and seeing you. And servants everywhere running, back and forth, making sure everyone, and the vast number of tables and the long bar, the music's just playing different. You hear different music playing from upstairs, and then just lightly from downstairs as well as you pass the stairwells that go to each place. What do you do?
This is maybe the most excited that you've seen Twig. So
I imagine
she's gonna actually do a little twirl when she hears the music, and then kind of catch herself.
I guess we'll find some sort of a host or.
Okay. There is a gentleman that's standing at the door, behind, like, not a podium, but kind of a tall, table type structure, and it's almost like reservations, but he doesn't seem to be taking reservations. He seems to be directing people to different places within this large establishment.
We'd like to speak to Olaf about a room.
What language are you speaking?
Olaf about a room. I don't think I know.
Are you speaking just common, or?
Wait, what's?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he's a human male, and you asked to speak to Olaf?
Yes, I think that's what we were told.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, he nods and he just speaks in a very, very low voice. It's crowded and loud and music, and he can barely hear as he speaks to you in Tabaxi, in your common tongue. The rest of you have no idea what he says, but you get the idea. As he says, "Sister, I will ask Olaf to appear before you with great haste. Follow me."
Let's go.
Cool.
And as he walks through this crowded area, you hear him speaking to various other people in lots of different languages, in Dwarven, in Elvish, in Common, and the Sul, and the Illyrian, and many. Apparently, this guy speaks a lot of languages, and he seems to speak them fluently as he passes. And then he gets to the bar, and he just gestures for you to sit at a nearby table, and then he goes behind the bar and into the back. And in a few moments, a man appears. He is huge, human. He carries a rolling pin in his belt and a slender short sword concealed, half concealed, just, the blade itself scabbarded in a tall boot. A couple of big brawny guys that appear to be bouncers kind of follow him out. And he walks to your table, looks down at you. Can I help you?
Lord Henway sent us. He said that you would have a discount for some rooms and we could use a rest.
In the Baxi language, he speaks back to you. I see you, sister. You're welcome here. And then in Common, he says, would you like separate rooms or one large one together?
Separate rooms.
Okay.
Now, you have Wop, Renee,
Except
And
for
Tubbs.
those three. They can sleep together.
and Fellows.
I think only 2 of them are sleeping together.
Well,
After the last,
Well-
it might be better to get one big room.
One big room? What about guys and girls?
That's
That would be
In
very
Gnomish, I'll say to him,
limiting for
I'll
you.
take one large room.
Well, I'm Renee.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's it.
and in Gnomish, he responds to you. Very well. How many nights?
Guys, how long are we staying?
Let's start with 2 nights.
Okay.
2 nights, please.
All right. And so he
Does he start that sentence with anything like "I see you, brother," or like the same weird thing? That,
No.
I don't know this.
Yeah, so just back in the Gnomish language, he responds to you, and then in Common he says,
Sick.
for your own simple rooms is 2 silvers a night. For a large, elegant suite, it's a gold per night.
Sure. You're fucking kicking it, dude.
I'll take my own room at 2 silver.
Okay, all right. So everybody, what about the Fellows? Is like, so
God damn it.
am I?
No.
Don't you say
You know what, Trudeau? How about
I
that
will
gold you were about to spend on
I
me?
do
You
have
just
a
get
goal.
their
He's got
room.
enough money for his
I give the man 12 gold, and I say we'd each like a room for 2 nights. And Fellows, you can use your gold to show that you're with us by paying for a common room for those lot.
All right, I'll do so.
You overpaid by a lot, Polaris.
There's 6 of us if you include Fellows.
Yes,
8,
which is
12.
2 silver.
One
No,
gold
he's getting a large
per
room.
room times 2 nights. That's
You're-
12 gold
He got large.
He's getting a large
Oh,
suite.
you're getting a large
For each
suite
of
for
us?
each of us?
a night. It's used to it.
Do you have that many suites?
Thank you.
Fortunately, at this moment, we have 15 suites,
Oh,
and
well. Excuse me.
I am happy to
Fuck out of me.
offer you this 12,
I'll take
as
the
I
standard.
mentioned. So yes,
I think you already got it.
okay.
we have one leaving today, so it shouldn't be any trouble.
Thank you.
And then you want the other rooms
Thanks, big
for.
guy.
And where is? Okay, and then so Fellows is getting his own suite too.
Apparently everybody
Yeah,
is,
okay.
thanks to Daddy Warbucks over here.
Okay.
So
Well, that's what we got gold for, is to spend.
yeah, so you guys are all, and they're all kind of connecting, and they're all up on the 3rd floor.
Those hotels.
The other suites, the smaller ones, are not suites, but the other smaller rooms are on the 2nd floor, and there's also a large common area where people can sleep at night for very inexpensive, just kind of like in a big room. But there's no security or anything outside of, from one to the other. And so that you have managed to accomplish. You got the 3 different restaurants you can experience here tonight and for the evening. It's only about midday right now, so it's really not that late. So you still have stuff that you can do if you want, but we'll pick up on that next time as the group has achieved their goal finally of delivering the undead hound to Lord Henway. And they picked up a few friends, and they're now staying in a lavish luxury at the Silver Dragon Inn in Greyhawk. As we'll pick up next time.
Yeah, straight.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Next session will be negotiating salaries.
Yeah.